something more. Put my hand in your pocket, I wanna feel something I haven't before. Was I'm always this way? I wanted you to stay. You tried to pull me closer, but instead I pushed you away.
Welcome back to Run the Blog. It's episode 17 entitled Fresno, because Fresno's cool. So last session, the group kind of ultimately agreed that they were going to do the Fresno gig to help Delphi out and also get some information as to what the hell is going on between Kangtao and Night Corp that's causing this job to even be a thing, and kind of ultimately realize Delphi has a feeling that it is in some way, shape, or form related to the G situation, but she's not 100% sure. She's definitely very curious as to why Zigzag is basically promoting this among younger fixers and not actually squabbling up a crew of his own, which, again, is also something that's a little strange about the gig, and the fact that she's willing to kind of, get involved in this and do it at all was only possible due to your group's readiness to work as her edge runner crew for this gig. So the 22nd, you're basically allowed to kind of reflect and kind of spend the rest of the day doing what you kind of need to do. And she says that she has secured the job. This would be sometime later in the day, on the Tuesday, and that she will meet with you on Wednesday morning to start the processes of planning and executing the gig in question. During the evening times, is there anything that anybody in particular wants to do to kind of situate yourself, prepare? Oh, sorry about that beep. Situate yourself or prepare for the next day and the gig in question.
So Gonzo and his crew, Gonzo's going to take his crew out to drinks and partying and drugs before we head out of the city.
Okay. And we'll say that's how you kind of refresh your look. You're kind of doing your normal thing, relaxing, a little R&R. Okay.
How much would it cost, do you think, for me to treat all of them?
I'm saying 500 eddies for a good night, like on a fucking on a Monday,
that's what
or
I was
Tuesday.
Thinking too.
Yeah.
All right, 500 eddies spent.
Anybody else have anything they want to do, kind of situating, getting ready?
I want to spend the night with Asta.
Okay.
Spending all of my luck.
Shh. Well, it doesn't take much, because she's definitely on board for the activities you'd be spending it for. But she would ask, do you want me to come along with you? Or is this something you feel like you want to do on your own? I know your Kangtao involvements in the past. You didn't want to work with me when I was working with Kangtao, or near Kangtao. So...
No, this should be fine. It'll be okay.
You're good? By yourself?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, because I have a gig for Ray, so I don't think I can really kind of get away from that. Be safe out there. Fresno's a hell of a place to go. If you told her, did you tell her anything, or do you keep it close to the chest? Actually, sorry, I kind of overstepped.
No, I didn't tell her where it was.
Okay, she says, well, okay, I hope you don't get in any trouble wherever you're going. Overstep my bounds in a relationship. I never do. Did you tell me? Did you tell me everything? I need to know everything, Daniel. Anybody else?
You went through my phone?
Yeah, I went through your phone. I'm that kind of no. Hell no. Anybody else?
Any work at the shop, anything that I could do. Maybe look into making a couple. We've needed grenades lately, and it seems like everybody wants grenades. So could I make a few grenades or anything?
Buy grenades.
I can just buy them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and just buy 2.
Okay. Yeah, just as a kind of understanding, if it is effectively 100 eddies or less, you can buy it. If it's over 100 eddies, you cannot get it just anywhere. And if you're wanting to buy it by yourself without a fixer, you need to pay double its cost. So if it is very expensive, or expensive or luxury, it's going to cost you a shit ton more to get it. And you cannot
Okay.
get super luxury items on the regular.
Okay, so I just need a normal grenade.
Okay. Yep, you got it.
Dude, just get one with armor piercing. It costs the same.
Well, no, a regular standard grenade is always going to be AP. Yep.
Is that a what would the name of it be?
Armor piercing.
Armor piercing grenade.
That is the bog standard grenade.
100 eddies, baby.
Yep. Per grenade. Anything else anybody wants to do?
I'm all set.
Locked in. Okay. So the next morning, you'd meet with Delphi. She doesn't meet you at the regular location, her apartment. Instead, she asks you to meet her in the industrial zone up at a bar known as the, now titled the Nadrucker Bar. It's located on the 101 out of the city. Obviously, Kincaid can drive. Does anybody else have a ride or any kind of vehicles that you want to mention that you're bringing out this way?
Are we expected to drive to Fresno? Sorry.
That's going to be discussed.
Okay. I talked over someone, I'm sorry.
I think we would just head out with both vehicles.
Okay. And
I take a bus.
Yeah, so the bus is going to take you a good long time to get there. So you kind of, being a smart boy, kind of track that into your equation and wake up readily, very early this morning on Wednesday to kind of get out there, the 23rd. And then anybody else have, like, do you get a ride from somebody or?
I would ask Kincaid for a ride.
Okay. Yeah, because in grip bus or ride from Kincaid, either way is fine. It's not
I'm
terrible.
taking a bus.
Okay. So you'd probably find Leo on the bus. You two would kind of, like, group up mid-travel.
How many seats are actually? So there's the other one seats 6, and Clarigo's seats only 2. Correct?
That's right.
I might have Clarigo leave his ride if he feels that would be like advantageous.
Depends if we have to drive it or not. If we have to drive it all the way to Fresno, I'll leave it. But if we have to drive it just to this meet, then that's fine.
Okay, cool. I like it.
Okay. So you get to the bar, and the bar's just covered in bullet holes. It looks like it's been shot to shit by, like, large caliber weaponry from a boat. It just looks like it's been kind of absolutely devastated. But not recently. It just definitely looks like it's been through the ringer. The door, it looks like it was split in half at some point, and, like, the hinges, like, were knocked off of it. But it definitely looks like it's been restored, but it's still the same door that's been kind of fused together. So when you kind of enter into this bar, it's kind of a dark, seedy bar. There are lights, and there's like a very old sounding kind of audio unit that's playing, like, very old style kind of country music. You would see that there's only one employee who appears to be behind the bar, and there's only one patron who appears to be a woman in a cyber chair who is seated at a table that appears to be 2 tables actually conjoined together with a number of chairs kind of around it, somewhere in the ballpark of about 12 seats. She's at the head of it, and it looks like she had a couple of tablets in front of her. Gathers you all around as you kind of settle in.
I've met her before.
You've met Delphi? Okay. So you kind of settle in, and she would say, all right. So the job from Zigzag is not directly from Zigzag. It's more of him passing the job to the next person, the person who's willing to do it. and kind of vouch for it first. That was me, thanks to you. Here's the plan. If we're taking everybody here, the initial plan's not going to work. Kangtao has one AV, it can fit a total of 8 people, and they have a total, 10 people, and they have a total of 4 operators that they're going to be bringing along. So, unless you're willing to dump some of the dead weight, I don't know who that is, she kind of looks around, then you can. But if you're wanting to stay in kind of like a more sizable force, then we'll have to go about it a different way. The AV that they have and will be taking off with will be leaving soon. It's a little bit north of here on the 101. I can't remember the name of the town, but she kind of pulls out a tablet, kind of slides it over to you. And you kind of look at it, and you would see that the route's been kind of drawn out on the space that's like a direct driving route. But you would notice that the pathing, so again, this was done with Google Maps and Google Earth. The blue line should actually go north a little bit first, and then bank to the right, and kind of in and through. It does not do that on this map because this is real life, and the coast hasn't been reshaped by corporations in fake life. Or real life. Whichever one we're not. You know what I mean.
I like that this area is blurry because it's concealed by corporations.
Yeah.
They blurred out the map so we can't see it.
Right, exactly. That's
Militech County.
That's Militech
Yeah.
County. Now I need a Militech County. The town that you would be meeting with the Kangtao operators if you were to take the AV is Cayucos, which is just north of here on the 101. In real life, the 101 actually doesn't go into Morro Bay. It kind of comes in from the right and connects like about... hold on a second here. I'll ping it. It kind of connects like right about here. But in this reality, the 101 actually goes along the coast. And then it kind of stops here and goes and banks right into that space. So... just a slight deviation. I couldn't fix it, and I didn't want to start drawing random lines and then later be upset by them. So, future me, if you're reading this back or watching this back, just know that I didn't fuck up the maps, but you need to make it right and retcon the shit out of this. Okay, cool. To the point at hand. If you're wanting to go with them on AB and just take a flight out there, which would presumably be the safest route, you would need to lose, I think, 3 individuals from your group. Unless you have any other people that you're tagging along or bringing along.
We'd need to lose 2? Aren't there 8 of us?
No. Dan Young...
Including Dan's...
Dan Young's posse
crew?
is 4 large, so he has 4...
Enrolled.
Oh, you have 4 other people? I thought you only had 3 other people.
Clarigo,
2 girls, 2 boys.
Money, Summer, Menaceo.
Money's the one I'm forgetting, sorry.
He
Yeah.
kind of cries about that. I
We
mean,
didn't...
obviously he doesn't
We
know.
didn't really meet. Well, he was outside when we met at the shop.
He
That's right,
keeps
right.
to himself mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes money.
I'm not gonna invade that privacy.
For sure. So if you want to go the AV route, that is an option. But you'll have to lose 3 people. If you do not want to go the AV route and you want to bring everybody that you have, possibly more, and also Delphi, she is not going to be on the scene if you take the AV route, and you will basically be subject to the whims and commands of whoever the Kangtao commander is. They will basically be your proxy, or the proxy for the job. She is effectively hiring you and giving your employment over to another person in that case. However, the other option is you drive from Night City to Fresno on your own and meet them at the Kangtao safe house on the south side of Fresno. Should move the map to what she has as a Fresno map. She says she thinks it's a little outdated. She can't be sure, but she's designated a couple of locations of import that she was able to bring up. The main points of interest are obviously number 2, which is the Night Court Fresno office, and then the Kangtao Safe House is not marked as one of the numbers. It's just one of the. It's just that gray ping marker. You can also hit the FAT, which is the Fresno Yosemite International Airport. If you want to take a plane from NCX, which is the Night City Airport and Spaceport, you could take a plane. Now keep in mind, the payout is $50K for the whole team. If you wanted to take a flight from here to Fresno on such short notice, it's going to run you about $1,500, if not $2,000, right off the per person.
But we wouldn't be able to take a lot of our equipment then, right?
Oh, hell
Or
no,
is Cyberpunk different? No, that's
you wouldn't be able to have it. You wouldn't be able to have. You can have guns. You can take guns on a plane. That's fine. You can, but you can't take them on the plane with you. You have to load them into like a case, and they secure it in the hold. And all your cyberware would be shut off while you're on a plane. All your combat cyberware would be shut off while you're on a plane.
What's the drive time versus the AV flight time?
Drive time's going to be around 4 hours, and that's if you don't get, or 2.5 hours is what it normally would be in real life. But the reason I'm like moving it up to about 4 is because the roads are not as good, so you're not going to be able to go like a full 70 miles per hour or higher, like on the way there.
Potty breaks.
Not really focusing on that because that's going to be presumed. It's mainly just the road conditions are very different than they are in real life.
How's
And
gas?
the AV flight time?
So
How's Chew?
Chew 2, you can basically store like an extra like tanker of your gas like in your car. It'll take you probably a full tank to get there for most of the cars that you have. I think Kincaid's might run a little heavier on that than the other 2 cars because they're newer, and his is a bit more of like an old beater. So he might need 3 tanks of gas to get there and back, and then your crew would probably need 2 tanks per car to get there and back.
How easy would that be to carry in the cars?
It's just one big fucking like container. It's like think of like a
Jerry can kind of thing.
like a jerry can, but think of a jerry can that's like twice as wide and just like a little like as tall as like a propane tank.
Okay. So each can, or 1 can for each car.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's right.
2 for Kincaid's.
Yeah, you'd need 2 for Kincaid's plus a full tank of gas from the get-go. Yep. There is a gas station up in Cayacos, so if you do start there, like that could be where you gas up, and it's probably cheaper outside of Night City, anyways.
I mean, the nice thing is we're going there on our terms. We're gonna have a vehicle there on our terms, right? We're going there independently. If we take this AV, then we're really at the whims of them, is what Gonzo would say. And I don't
True.
fucking trust anybody other than who we have here.
Delphi says,
He
I
nods
appreciate
at
that.
Delphi.
I appreciate that. I definitely know that I'm not going to be a lot of help in a combat situation, so I'll probably stay at the safe house once the gig gets going if I do go out to Fresno with you. I mean, I used to be a badass. She looks over at Kincaid and smiles. But, just not too keen on scrambling and being in situations with my current condition.
It's not necessary for you to be there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think.
I think being on site in Fresno will help me kind of scramble us out once the job's done. Definitely being able to see a bit more on site. I got a couple contacts in Fresno, old friends from the department. So we can definitely work on that. I can definitely work on that once I get there. I wouldn't mind going. But at the same time, if getting the gig done and kind of getting it handled, they are definitely leaning towards wanting me to get people on their AV and just go that route. Personally, I also feel a little bit kind of side-eye towards them, kind of looks over at Leo, and I'm not terribly sure I want that to happen. Might be the case they try to, indenture you to them for future gigs.
I feel like we should keep as long a leash as we can
Okay.
while we're operating under someone like King Tao.
Okay.
Try it.
like pull up a tablet and kind of show like a camera footage from outside, and it shows Gonzo's 2 cars and Kincaid's car. I don't think that the cars that you have would be very wise to traffic outside of the city, or especially move into Fresno. My understanding is the Valentinos don't have good standing in Fresno, and a lot of the poser gangs might take unkindly to their presence. Now, normally I'd say go fucking nuts and just booster up on them, but because we're trying to lay low a little bit here, Gonzo, I hope you understand. We're going to kind of try and keep it a little bit incog.
He just starts sucking on his teeth.
Yeah. If you wanna go with the vehicle that you got, I'm not gonna stop you, but I'm gonna ask you that you kind of keep it maybe off the wraps. I might be able to secure you a couple of vehicles. They're not going to be anything pretty, but they'll definitely do better for us as far as transporting us through the northern Badlands and beyond.
Gonzo looks to Clarigo, who shakes his head no for us taking our cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clarigo's like,
Yeah.
nah. Summer's like, well. And Manassia is just very quiet and non like blessed.
Out of character. How
Yeah.
is Delphi planning to get there as well? Is she riding with us? I
Yeah.
don't know the logistics of her
So the Cyberchair
situation.
The Cyberchair is pretty cool in that it kind of like allows for like itself to kind of mobilize itself into a trunk and just like put itself away. So she can get into a car and then she can activate the Cyberchair to come get her back out. So it's a lot better than current mobility situations. Just again, another plus for Cyberpunk dystopia versus ours. Yeah, it's mainly that if anything happens while she's in the vehicle, she's basically going to be kind of waiting for the chair to get her out, or she's going to be locked in the chair or locked in the car, stuck with it.
I mean, obviously, she wouldn't be opposed if there was an issue for one of us to pick her up.
Oh, for sure. No, yeah.
Right.
She's not going to be.
I was strictly asking logistically, like, how does the Cyberchair work
Sure.
in a transportation manner?
So to kind of give you like a physical idea of what the chair looks like, she has a chair that has a total of 4 legs and kind of 2 like armrests that can actually function as like balancers as well. And then it's kind of a high-backed chair, but not super high. And basically, when it goes into like charging mode or it's like settled, the top folds in on itself, and then the top of that kind of folds over, and then the legs kind of crumple inwards and kind of like interlink, so that it's probably the size of.
It has a storage mode. It has a travel mode. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably the size of like a card table, folded up. Well, thicker.
In my mind, I keep going back to like X-Men animated series.
Oh, for sure, it's not.
I was thinking that too. Does
this thing like morph into the side like a sidecar?
No.
Do I have to worry about that?
That's awesome though.
Because that'd be fun. But
that could be a really.
They're really
cool...
hillbillies put her on the roof.
That could be a really cool addition to the cyber chairs. Like I think I
Delphi.
Yeah.
Yeah, make a cyber chair that's a sidecar.
Or like a top deck like turret system. That's really freaking cool. But yeah, no, hers is pretty simple. She's got a pretty bare bones one.
Fair. Okay.
She's thinking about getting an upgrade if this job goes through.
More power to her.
Yeah.
Is anybody opposed to us actually driving there rather than taking the AV? I know we didn't really hear from Zach F and Chody on that.
I think Chody's being.
I think if I was opposed, I would have said something. I'm
Fair.
I'm good either way.
Okay.
Cool.
I didn't want to just roll through.
Chody looks like he's
Appreciate it.
Not getting his cake.
Not getting his cake. Yeah, I can see the sadness and terror in his eyes.
What?
Are you getting your cake or no?
I already ate my cake. That's what I was brought down here. That's why I was
Oh.
like sitting there rolling my eyes in the back of my head and stuff. It was so good.
I didn't see that.
It's
part.
gone.
You ate it
It's
so
freaking
fast.
gone, guys.
You ate it so fast.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was so happy.
And now that joy is gone.
Yeah, because I got told that I didn't do shopping right. So,
Oh,
Did you tell her, bitch, get me another
Dude,
Buy
cake?
more cake.
oh no, it was the kid. He was like,
Oh.
"You didn't get anything that I had on the list." I'm like, "Because I didn't have it." But
Your
anyway,
son scolding you? How dare?
your kid put stuff on the shopping list.
otherwise he doesn't get food.
Oh wow, weird.
So we won't buy him things. We're like, you have to tell us what you want, or you will live without. Sorry. Anyway, Cyberpunk.
thank you.
You good
Yeah,
with
drive-
driving there, rather than an AV? Yeah, I think
What?
so.
Are you good with
that
driving
to
to
me?
Fresno?
Yes,
or,
I'm saying drive. I want all my stuff.
You, again, you would be okay to transport your stuff in an airplane. You just can't have it on an airplane, is what I meant. Do you understand what
I
I'm
think
saying?
driving's fine.
Okay.
I like to have more control.
All right.
Either way, Squints, you're gonna need to look over these cars and make sure that they're appropriate for the travel, or that they're. Gonzo wouldn't say the word.
I can do
appropriate.
something. I like that. I have a thing I can do.
So, do you want to take
Yeah.
your 2 cars? She says, "I've got a van that I have access to. It's a passenger van, and it has armored windows and a gun port on the roof. It's not great for Badlands travel, but I did have some tires, some road tires, installed on it a week ago. I had some plans to do some
I want to
gigs
ride
with
in that.
Dakota. I can't drive it, obviously, but if somebody else is partial. I just think that, and really quick, Gonzo, just to clarify, I think the Herrera Outlaw, the gray car, that would be fine. But it's money's like, no, it's fine. I get it. Yeah, I represent, and I get it. It's fine. And Delphi would be like, okay, so yeah, that probably wouldn't be good. And then Kincaid, of course, your car probably will look just like several of the Scavenger and Nomad cars that are already out on the road.
Because it's so cool and stylish.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
For some of the other cars, I could check and maybe loosen up the suspension some. Since we're going through Badlands, just make it run a little easier. So if it has tight suspension on it, I think Kincaid's would be kind of airbaggy, but
Sure.
I don't know about the other two.
Okay, so go ahead and make a vehicles check.
Vehicle tech.
Yeah. I don't know why I keep yawning. I'm not tired.
Didn't get a nap.
Yeah, I got a nap and I got caffeine. I should be fine.
26.
Okay. So, with the Herrera Outlaw, there's really nothing more that you're going to be able to do to it. It's perfect. That car is flawless. You noticed this before when you were kind of, looking at it. Kincaid's car, there's no fixing the suspension, like in a way that would make it better for like off-road travel. You're pretty sure that Kincaid's car is going to be the liability, unless you're wanting to put a couple $1,000s into it now to make it run on the outland or like in the Badlands. And then lastly, the van, which she has out back, when you do get a chance to check on it, it is ready. That thing is ready. It can fit a total of 16 passengers. It has heavy armor plating, or heavy armored windows, and pretty armored plating like on the sides. It has solar panels on the top, so it's a hybrid vehicle. For outside travel, like if it's going under a certain gauge, it goes on electric, but when it's actually traveling, it's going off a tube. And then it's got a gun emplacement outside or on the roof, so you can kind of pop out of the roof in the middle seat, and you can install an assault rifle or a sniper rifle into kind of like a magnet or oh god, what are they called? Mag rail kind of connector point. And it'll allow you to fire from a fixed position.
How many does the van seat?
16.
That's including the driver.
6. Well, maybe
You know those like
maybe
old
we leave Kincaid's car behind. And
Yeah,
take,
maybe we
take
need
the
to leave
van.
this car.
you know those old church vans, like the big passenger vans.
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's been extended, so it looks like it's been cut in half. Like, and then they put like an extra portion of van.
They welded it extra.
Yeah, they just put a little bit more van in.
Yeah, I guess we could take that.
Okay. And then Gonzo, again, it looks like there's enough people space inside the van if you want to make a road trip of it. Do you want to have the extra vehicle on hand or no?
We could. I mean, the Herrera or the Outlaw.
It's expensive.
Yeah. Let's just take the fucking van.
Okay, van ride
Let's
it
take
is.
the van.
Okay. So, really, when it comes to it, there are basically 3 sections in the van, and obviously, like leaving today is Delphi's preferred point of interest because the AV would have been there by nightfall for sure, and ready to do the job today. You may not be, but she wants to still kind of put a rush on it. Does anybody have anything that they would say I need to kind of do before we move on to this next beat, or are you basically you came here, you're ready to go? Leo, thumbs up.
Grip came here ready to go.
Grip's always
Grip
ready.
Pretty much always goes up ready to go.
Yes, if he leaves the outside of his apartment, he's ready to perhaps be
I'd
in
say
a
if he
state.
out of bed and takes a shower,
Oh, yeah.
he's ready to go. Like even inside the apartment, like fully geared up
Or
for no reason.
he's just wearing a sniper rifle naked.
I have a
Yeah,
gunfight
of course.
soon.
Yeah.
Gotta be ready.
You gotta have a gun in your hand. Kincaid, anything that you want to do before you roll out?
No,
Okay.
he's ready to go. I had half a mind we were about to get on an AV when we came here.
And Squints, last call.
Yep.
Okay.
Where you go?
So if you all load up in the van and kind of chuck your stuff in, there's 3 sections of the van that are important. There is the driver's seat and passenger seat. That's obviously going to be 2 people, and we need to figure out who those 2 people are. Then you can be in the middle of the van, or you can be in the back of the van. So first off, we're going to establish driver and shotgun. Who's driving this thing?
I would be willing to. I'm not the best driver.
I can drive. I'm a pretty decent driver.
If you want to, yeah. I thought you'd want to be dibs on the gunner seat.
You put Summer
I'm-
up there.
Oh,
Not as
yeah.
good with heavy guns, honestly. I'm good with the sniper, and the sniper from a vehicle's not always the best.
Fair.
I'd like to ride shotgun,
Moving platform.
ideally.
Grip in the driver's seat, Gonzo passenger seat. Got it. Okay, so
Unless somebody's got like better driving skill than 10.
next point is Delphi is in the middle. She is in the middle section. She is
I'm
effectively
actually at 10.
very close to the doors. So the way they kind of sawed it in half and kind of established it, there's a door and a door kind of like this. So there's like a door right behind the. Sorry, it would be like this. Door right behind the passenger seat, like a normal van would have, and it's like one of those sliding doors. And then a bit back from that, kind of where the sections cut out, there's a double door opener that kind of splays out. And then there's the back of the van. So that middle section has 2 kind of like slightly skewed doors on either side, sliding door on the right, and then double door on the left, like a minivan double door. Make sense?
Mhm.
Yep.
Is there like a loop or a strap where I can like swing and hold out?
Yeah. There's a no shit handle.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna make sure that's real sturdy.
You got it. It is. It's fucking crazy
cool.
sturdy for sure.
All right.
It's bolted.
Normal
Also,
amount of windows, right?
yeah, it's basically the normal like frequency of Windows, and it seems like it's supported by metal structures that kind of run from top to bottom that are very thin, but they appear to kind of be riveted into the glass. And like I said, the glass is not glass. It is armor plated glass. Like it's very heavy, and if you look at it really close, you can kind of see like a mesh of chicken wire through it. That's very, very thin, but also very, very strong. You're not shooting through the windows, is what I mean to say, but neither is anybody else.
I just need to be able to see through it.
Yep.
I'll sit in the back.
Okay.
Squints, you said middle, right?
I can do middle. That's fine.
Kincaid.
I guess I'll take back.
Okay. And then that would put Summer, Clarigo, Money, and Menacia in the middle as well. Summer is right below the turret and will kind of pop up and establish the heavy machine gun in the turret slot and just kind of like make sure that it works, and it does. Okay. So, off to Kayakos, and Delphi would say to Grip, I've got the directions in the GPS on the dash. Just you should be able to plug it in and make it. There's a gas station in Kayakos that would give us a refill. We'll probably need a few containers of gas because this is a little heavier, obviously, and it's going to take a bit more. So we'll probably need like 4 tanks of gas to take with us. Okay. So if you've ever seen kind of like the north side of Night City in the video game, you kind of are heading north and you can see the oil rigs kind of on the fields, kind of damp grounds. You can hear firefighting happening in that area because some of that section is actually a combat zone. And it's just the first time you've really kind of driven outside of Night City. You can see looming ahead of you the Leaving Night City sign. And I'd probably say that the music that's playing on the radio as you're leaving is, a radio station that's playing. Oh God, what's the name of that song? I want to stay at your house. I really want to stay at your house. In the background, really somber pop song, and just as you kind of like are getting towards the end beat of that song, the radio station statics out because you're outside of its transmission area. So Grip and Gonzo, you're on the front, and you look at the radio, and like it said, like the name of the radio station on the display, and then it just kind of like shows a NA, it like shows a like a cancel sign, like you're no longer in the radio frequency for that specific station.
Damn.
Do you do anything with it? Do you like fidget with it to find a different station? Like, what are you guys doing while you're driving?
Start fucking with it.
Yeah, okay, because at first it's like kind of like static and then stops, and then when you kind of start moving, it's very staticky. You're not able to find any other stations for a while, but after a fashion, you do find one. It says, "Yo, yo, yo! It's Pirate Radio. How are you doing? How's everybody doing out there in the wastes out there north of Night City?" And it's just a guy kind of blathering on about like the outside and the northern side of Night City. And you get the vibe that, especially from kind of some of the background noise and the like, that whatever this place is that he's kind of broadcasting from is either coastal or off the coast. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely got a very like heavy windy and kind of like waves crashing kind of vibe to the whole background when he's talking. It's almost as if he's like outside or like somewhere that's in open air while he's doing the radio broadcast. But it does switch over to music pretty quickly after he kind of gives a bit of information about the pirate radio. And you travel maybe 20 minutes, if that, to get to probably 10 minutes at Kayakos. The town up ahead looks like it's a very small, just kind of simple town. Really not a lot going on. And most of the buildings have been kind of blown out and look like they've been kind of destroyed by high caliber weaponry. Some of the buildings look like they've been completely demolished and like there's piles of rubble, but on the foundations where they were, there are trailers that are parked and kind of set up, and it looks like they've established themselves connected to the utilities from the old buildings and just hook themselves up to it, parked on the foundations. The other thing you would notice too is that there does appear to be a small black walled building kind of more towards the coast, a ways away from the 101. You can see the telltale sign of Arasaka, big red circle with the 3 branched tree in it. And I'd say just about the time you're arriving, you'd see a sleek, very slender AV coming down and landing on that building and then just kind of disappearing from sight.
Did it use camo?
No. It kind of lands and then choo,
Okay.
is one of those. But yeah, you'd also see a gas station. It says Chew 2, and it says Dave's underneath it. And you'd see that it's kind of like a pull-up that's kind of like up onto a little bit of a hill. And there's this weird like black wire that kind of like extends across like the entryway. And there's just one fill-up station.
I wonder if they got snacks.
Do you drive up in there, Zach?
Yeah, well.
All right. As you do, and you pass over that wire, you hear a bing, 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 bing as you pass over that black line. It's definitely not something you're familiar with. And then as you kind of pull up, you see a guy come out wearing like a blue shirt. It's got grease stains on it. He's wearing overalls that look like they're probably older than anybody in this vehicle. I mean that. Like, they genuinely look like they have been through several corporate wars and conflicts. And a guy kind of comes out to you and says, all right, no need to get out. I'll fill it up. Just let me know what you need. You just want it all the way to the top or just a little bit? How much Eddie's you willing to throw in there?
You can go ahead and top her off.
You need anything else?
Looks back to the back of the van.
Delphi raises her hand up. 4 tanks.
Apparently we need 4 tanks as well.
And she kind of slaps your arm, whoever's in front of her, and kind of passes it forward. But she slaps up a band to you. So 1K Eddie's.
And I'll just kind of ruffle it in my hands so he sees it.
He goes, okay. Anything else? Any snacks? Any treats?
Looks back again.
Smokes?
Coffee?
Yeah, we got coffee. We serve bucket slice. Is that good with you?
Perfect.
All right. And
pack 2.
you got it. And so he'll kind of go through the process. And when he comes back out with the tanks, he kind of like moves them towards the back of the vehicle. He kind of taps the window behind you, Leo and Kincaid. You can unlock the door from the back, kind of over your seat. And he'll kind of load those into the back area. And he sees you see him kind of look down as he's doing so, kind of sees the cyber chair in its folded position and takes care to kind of move it aside to one side and then load the gas into the other. He closes it up, he comes back around to the front and taps on the window for you. Grip holds up 4 packs of cigarettes, and you can see that they're each different like colors. He says, we got banana, we got chocolate, we got regular, we got menthol. Which one you want?
Regular.
You got it. And he'll kind of pocket the rest, and then he kind of holds his hand out. It's going to be $7.50.
I will hand him the $7.50.
Thanks so much.
I'll actually hand him $800.
He goes, do you need change?
Nope.
Thanks so much. And you see him stuff it into his overalls, and you should be good. And he kind of pulls the nozzle out after filling the vehicle and goes back into his little station. With no problems, you continue making your way out of Kyokos. Does anybody have any questions that they want to focus in on anything I described in the town? The broken buildings, trailers, anything about the settlement, people present, the Arasaka building, anything to the like?
Do you think catch your eye in particular? I mean,
Your call.
just looks mundane, right?
Just the things I explained, if any of those things sounded interesting to you, you can ask about them.
In the waste, does it seem like there's very much of a network out here with it being so far?
So what you'd be able
Out?
to kind of like understand is that Arasaka building is basically a hard facility for net transferring. So it is a net station that connects Kayakos to Night City and to the SoCal subnet and also the NorCal net. Like or not subnet, sorry. The SoCal net and the NorCal net. The best way to describe something, the thing we need to kind of get out of the way to make sure you understand is the net doesn't work like the net we understand. It is not the internet and you just like get on and then you're on there. In some ways it looks like that's the case, but it is not. Instead, corporations, countries, other people own their own nets, and those don't connect outside of their nets. So if you were like, oh man, I really want to look up Japanese whatever, and you wanted to link to the Japanese net, you wouldn't be able to do so unless you were able to hack your way out of your own net into another net through these connection points. Corporations can do this. Netrunners can do this. But most of us plebeians are going to be kind of stuck to the net of our city or the net of our country/state. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
What kind of population does it look like there is out here?
The
You
sign.
said just a handful of trailers, really?
So it's like a lot of buildings look like they've been blown out. It does look like there's signs of life in some of those buildings. Then there's some that look like they've been kind of knocked down and replaced with trailers. I would say the sign on the thing said it was a population of, hold on, population Cayacos, California. It said it was about 2,800. But just looking around, you're pretty sure it's probably lower than that, somewhere in the ballpark of like 600 total. Think of like a Middletown by the sea, like the best way to describe it, but blown out by dystopian future times, and with an Arasaka building. Okay. Any other questions about Kayakos before you move on? Okay. You travel on north, and as you're kind of making your way through, or on the 101 and kind of heading up through the kind of highlands, you come to a point where it seems that you're going to be going uphill and kind of over/through the mountain. These are, my brain is dumb and I can't remember the name, San Andreas Mountains. Is that right? Yeah, San Andreas Mountain Range. And you're kind of making your way through it to kind of get to the lowlands of Fresno and some other territories or cities and stuff therein. You are no longer in Night City's like jurisdiction. Kayakos is technically a part of Night City's jurisdiction. This is now a point where you're in Northern California, or NorCal, which is itself a state that is an independent state that is not connected to Night City. I know that in our mentality, a city is usually like a part of a more conglomerized thing, but Night City's special.
Is it not part of NUSA either?
It is not. Southern California, or SoCal, is NUSA.
Okay.
And I think NorCal is kind of effectively connected with a couple of other free states to the north. Oregon, Washington, I think Montana. I'll take a look at the map. Hold on. NUSA map.
Just curious.
Me too. I want a big one. Give me a big map. That's a big map. Open image. Arasaka image. Copy the image. Baby cat, you can't be doing that right now. You know you can't. That's not good. That's not okay. There we go. There we go. That's going to take a second to load. But yeah, Northern California is actually independent of its own right. And then the western corporate states are Oregon, Washington, and Idaho, not Montana. Nevada is also its own free state, separate. And Night City is also separate. Now, Southern California is technically a part of the NUSA. However, the government of the state of Southern California, or SoCal, is actually, what are they called? Oh, God. It's a political affiliation that basically means they want to separate from the NUSA, but they were duly elected as such. They just haven't had the ability to get them out. And so Los Angeles is kind of like this weird hodgepodge of like Arasaka control and people who are kind of rebellious against the NUSA, but also hate Arasaka, and it's just a goddamn mess. And then, yeah, San Francisco, Night City are obviously kind of Arasaka-affiliated cities. Arasaka being kind of widely against the NUSA and Militech as a whole. Cool. Sorry if I went off the rails.
No,
there.
I was curious.
Yeah. The trip, kind of northbound, you are able to kind of make it to, like I said, that pass. And this effectively, it used to be called the 46, State Road 46, but it is the new 101. And it will divert you into a spot where you're kind of passing by an old town known as Templeton when you reconnect with the 101. Through those mountains, though, I would like everybody who is looking out the windows, kind of keeping an eye out, to go ahead and give me a perception roll. And I've already rolled the NPCs for you, Dan, on my own. They aren't seeing anything.
Cool. All right, I ran upstairs to boil some tea or boil some water real quick. I'm
No
putting
worries,
it
no
down
worries. So Squints,
Damn, Squints.
the peepers are working. You got those bad boys locked in. Kincaid, like the music kind of switches over, and it's playing something. It's like an oldies kind of music from this pirate radio station, and it's like occasionally there's like a little bit of static, and it's definitely it's muddling with you. You know, like if you've ever been in the car and you're going like long distances, and then you're listening to this radio station, it'll just kind of like pop or like for a second. You're just kind of like, the song's good. Shut up. That's Kincaid in the back. Leo, you're not going to see what it is, but you're more perceptive. It's Squints who's going to catch it. It seems like everybody else is kind of fucking grip is locked in on the driving. Big ass in the driver's seat. Up ahead, on the mountain on the left side, Squints. Kind of like as you're moving through this pass, it's kind of like a rocky side on your left. There's a sign, very dated, looks like it's got a bunch of bullet holes in it that says watch for falling rocks. But up that way on the top there on the left, you see what looks like a radio tower, and you can see the glow just faintly of what appears to be an AV.
I would tap whoever's next to me on the shoulder and say, "Do you see that?
Pointing it out,
Is that an AV? That's an AV."
You'd definitely be able to see it.
Yeah, like that's an AV. And I would tell the rest of the car, "That's an AV."
Should we be concerned in AVs in the airspace here?
It's not in the airspace. It's actually landed.
It's landed on a radio tower?
It's landed near a radio tower. Sorry.
Okay.
Just keep an eye on it as we continue by.
Okay. So as you're kind of
Could
We
he
wanna
tell?
try
Could he tell?
and-
Like, was it flying any colors or anything?
it from here it looks solid black. Like it doesn't look like it has any
Okay.
colors whatsoever. Gonzo,
Can anyone fly an AV?
I can't. No, I doubt it.
Gonzo, have you
No
dealt
point
with
trying to steal it.
the Einhand at all, or no?
No, I don't
Okay.
believe so.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it's just a solid black AV that doesn't appear to have any markings or registration on it. Out in the middle of nowhere on the north. Okay.
What do they like? Do they like fence shit?
Don't know.
I know what they do. They're fencers.
What, the Einhand?
Yeah.
Oh wait, we know what Einhand is.
Yeah, they pilot black AVs. Is something that would have been noted. Historically, they performed an attack against Kang Tao with a series of black AVs.
Aren't they the cyber terrorists
They are
that were
cyber
using?
terrorists
What's his name?
connected to Adrian Ella, correct?
Oh.
Do you want to stop and check it out, or are you just driving past and continuing on?
I'd like to stretch my legs.
Again, it looks like they have
It's the driver.
It looks like they have a kind of like grip, kind of looking at it when they point it out, and you're still driving. You'd see that they have a kind of elevated position, and it's probably the case that if your car stops and starts moving, if they are a suspicious lot, they definitely have the high ground. And like Star Wars, this would definitely be a huge benefit to them.
Gonzo was always ready to jump into something exciting.
I believe they're putting to you, though, Zach Gaff. You're the driver. Do you want to stop and check this out, or just keep going?
He gone.
Oh, he said BRB. I'm so dumb.
I didn't see it either.
I didn't either because I have a dumb cat in the way.
Whoops. Devil's advocate. We are
We've
on the
got-
job.
Yeah, we got stuff
Okay.
to do.
I mean, Gonzo doesn't really. You don't listen to Gonzo.
Grip doesn't really,
Right.
yeah. Grip doesn't
Out of
really pay attention, and it's he rolled that. He rolled that like 1 on the perception check. He's locked in the driving, and like 5 minutes later, he looks over at you, Gonzo, and says, "What? What was happening?" And then you like explain it to him. He goes, "Oh shit, okay." Just keeps going, right?
Red.
Fair.
Maybe about 10 minutes as you're kind of through the mountain way, like, or 40 minutes is once you're through the mountain way, right? You'd actually hear a loud boom from behind you. Very massive kind of boom sound.
The radio tower is no longer standing.
You don't see the radio tower. It's like well outside of your view. But you would then see Kincaid and Leo specifically 2 fighter ships, like jet fighters, fly through the canyon you're in and kind of create a sonic boom directly over you. It rattles the entirety of the van, and they just kind of continue on out. And you can see them kind of, once they get outside of the canyon you're in, they kind of turn about, their jet streams kind of streaking behind them as they seem to kind of move off towards the south. I would say that, once again, Squid, since your perception and your peepers are super locked in, and like once it passes by, you kind of look up at it and kind of like, wow. And you can see Kang Tao logos on the jet fighters.
I would let them know that it's King Town. Just to
That adds up.
Okay.
Sweet.
Once you make it to the bottom of the hill to Templeton, you would see that the road appears to have been broken up a bit by what looks like kind of very heavy detonations. And there's like a large grouping of people who are kind of standing around in what would be the middle of the road as you're approaching. I'm going to wait for Zach F to get back. So before we get him back, I want to check in with you guys. Anything that you want to kind of discuss or talk about, just free play, like before we get to that beat, about the Kang Tao, the radio tower, or anything?
I got nothing.
Kang Tao has likely been looking for these things. If that matches the description of the ones that performed raids on them, right? It feels like it's likely a matter of time, or somehow Kang Tao's been able to track that one down.
Well, so they had an AV fly this way, so they probably saw it on the way out.
So the AV that would have taken us spotted that and called out for
That's what you're thinking.
a
is
strike
probably
team or
the
something.
Most likely
That makes sense.
scenario.
Likely a good thing we didn't stop. So I feel like that just blew it all to hell.
And
Or they're about to.
so I'm gonna say, since Zach's not back yet, I just want to make sure that the group does it as a whole. Then the car is impeded by a bunch of people who are kind of wearing like just very poor people clothing. Like they look like they are disheveled homeless folk, and they're kind of in the way of the vehicle. I was going to ask Zach if he just drives through them, or if he stops and like honks for them to get out of the way, or stops and has you guys get out. But I'm going to ask the group instead, and you can just tell me how that goes.
I say just yell at them to move, and if they don't, then we'll threaten to drive through them.
I'll fire my gun out the window.
I was gonna say we could fire a round off.
Okay. So you see some of them
Try to
kind of
disperse.
tense up, but then some of them kind of like look over at you, like kind of like scowling. And you would notice that once you do that and like you kind of realize what's happening, up ahead on the road, it looks as though they are kind of tearing apart a bus. And they're kind of not moving away from their kind of throng of people and the skeleton of this bus. It looks like they're kind of locked onto it like a feral animal would be to, like carry on the road.
Do they look armed?
Not very.
Are they moving after I shot once?
No,
in
they
the
kind of
air?
they kind of like look at you like confused, and then they kind of like continue about their business.
What's the
Roughly
closest
how
one?
many people?
Somewhere in the neighborhood of around 45 to 50 people, kind
Oh
of
fuck.
all
Yeah,
around
that's a
in this
lot.
area. Like a couple people might kind of like move in towards like the center of it, or like try to move to the outskirts on the other side of it when you pop the gun out and take a shot in the air. But most of them are not like clambering away or running away or anything. It seems like they are more desperate for what's on this bus than they are afraid of your pistol fire.
And we can't just
Sure,
go
we just
around
skirt
them.
right?
So, like we mentioned, it's kind of like a canyon area, and you're kind of coming down to the bottom of it. So, like driving off the sides is going to be difficult, especially since there's 50 people kind of in a throng, like kind of around a bus, which is also blocking the road.
Can
Gonzo,
we
Gotcha.
can we see what they're
Gonzo takes
getting?
out a grenade and starts tossing it up.
Okay. Squint, what did you say, Chody?
What are they focusing on? It seems they're like taking apart the bus, or are they getting food,
It
or
looks like
what are
they're
they
getting.
getting?
It looks like people are coming out of the bus with what appear to be like small, almost like tiny toolbox kind of containers. As you kind of focus in on it and kind of look at it, you realize the containers have the markings of Biotechnica on the boxes. It's got Biotechnica branding. The bus looks like it's been completely blown apart, and it definitely looks like it was like a passenger bus.
They're harvesting organs.
Gonzo still has a grenade in it.
That's the first thing that came to my mind. Is that a likelihood?
It's a possibility. Biotechnica cases would be good for carrying body parts out.
Leo's just
These
watching
don't
the
look like
grenade.
Biotechnica.
What, the bus? Do you say they look like Biotechnica? What are you saying?
They certainly don't look like Biotechnica employees.
No,
by
they
any
don't.
means.
If you kind of take a second and like are parked and kind of trying to get a gauge for it, it does look like people are kind of going in, and there's like a group of people who are kind of in the bus who are handing out these containers.
Regardless of what happens, we need to be able to move the bus itself to get past as well, right?
Yeah. As you're kind of like tossing the grenade in your hand, the gun shot and everything, you would eventually see like maybe 10 minutes after kind of like contemplating and like formulating a plan. Like you have a pretty sound strategy how you can kind of get everybody out of the way with a grenade and move the bus if it comes down to it. But you would see a guy kind of hop down from inside the bus as a few people have cleared off and start walking up the road towards you. The guy in question who's walking towards you, he is probably about 6'5", very muscular guy. He's wearing a duster jacket that looks like it's been beaten the shit out of. Underneath the duster jacket, you can see that he's wearing like a medium armor jack, and his hat. It's like a cowboy style hat with a bunch of kind of cuts and such on its ridges. He's wearing mirror shades, which look like they have scratches on them as well. And he doesn't have any weapons drawn, but his hands are kind of like, from what you can tell, they're either gloved or they're cybernetic. Just as he's approaching, you're not 100% sure. He kind of stops, maybe about 30 feet out, and says, "Just a few more moments, the detour will be over. No worries."
Thumbs up out the window.
And he'll kind of nod his head, kind of cross his arms, and just kind of keep an eye on your bus. And you can see that whatever activity is happening is still happening.
I keep it idled, but in drive.
Okay. Yeah. And again, looking at the situation, Grip, go ahead and give me a local expert. This would be something that would be kind of akin to an old combat zone. Local experts under education at the bottom there. And I'm going to count whatever one you have as being relevant for this situation.
10.
So you're kind of like not sure what this guy's MO is. The 50 or so people look like disheveled, kind of like, homeless folks, but they don't look like scrappers. And whatever they're being given by these people is probably like supplemental to living. So it is either water, food, or more darkly, it could be some sort of drug that they are very needed out here in the Badlands, or here in the near Templeton. But yeah, this guy, he looks like some sort of like nomad, cowboy kind of type. He looks like a Mooney, if you will.
Lobs the grenade. Kidding.
Can I just send a message to everyone who has, like, so they can see it on their chyrons that says, these people are getting necessities, ... or drugs?
Drugs are necessities.
You say that out loud?
Yeah.
Rip just
He off-
looks at you, side-eyed, like, that's why I texted you, you idiot. Why are you saying it out loud?
Nick Cade's happy to just let them do what they're doing if they're not going to take too much longer.
Okay.
We don't need to start a scene. We don't need to have somebody pissed off on us on the route we're coming home from.
So the guy, like on the road, arms crossed, stays there for a good long time. And the throng of about 50 people, which you think might have been more now that you're kind of seeing the route that they're going, they kind of go out towards the side on the southern side and seem to kind of disappear over a ridge very quickly. Like it's gone from view. And maybe, 45 minutes into your wait here, it eventually comes down to a point where they kind of realize that there's enough people kind of out of the way and the situation's a bit more clear. You would see one of the guys come out of the bus wearing kind of similar garb to that guy, but he's probably, if not exactly the same size as Grip, only a little smaller. And it looks like his arms are more massive, but they don't seem to have hands. Instead, they have these very strange kind of like, it's almost like Lego Man hands. And he kind of presses them against the side of the bus, braces his legs, which you see are kind of like multi-jointed, and kind of crumpled down into like a almost piston-like position. And he starts pushing the bus to the side of the road. The guy with his arms crossed on the road kind of looks over his shoulder for a quick second, keeping an eye on you. And then once the bus seems to clear the road, he kind of steps off to the side and kind of waves you through. And then he kind of says, it's kind of like one of these. So it's like waving you through and like slowly. Grip, you drive right past him, or are you going to drive up to him and kind of stop near him? Because he stands to the side of the driver's side.
I'm gonna drive right up to him, I think.
Yeah. He kind of looks at you and kind of like does one of these for the roll the window down.
We haven't had to do that for over 100 years, but I pressed the button.
Yeah. So, like, you're a bit confused by his gesture, and then he's like, and then you kind of get it.
I got it. It's just like he rolls his eyes like he's fucking old man, which is great.
Well, he looks like he's 30, actually, this guy. He doesn't look terribly
I
old.
mean, like, old man in a young body. You know
Sure.
how, like, that one, like, 15-year-old kid in high school loves Charlie Chaplin and wears suits and, like, top hats?
Why do you have to call me out?
Well,
I did wear suits.
some of us
knew
that kid, and some of us were that kid.
I did wear suits in high school. I was that kid. But he kind of looks at you and says, thanks for being patient. Very kind. If you ever need any help, the All Saints will help you out. What's your name?
Grip.
Grip? All right. Hey, wait a second. Grip? You from Night City? You one of the Echo Drifters?
I haven't been one of them for a long, long time, but I was, yeah.
You still fucked around in the
I
old
guess.
combat zone, though, didn't you?
I got some fucking stories, bud.
That's where I'm from. Got the fuck out of there,
Mad?
though, once Militech started season shit. And then the whole
Oh, I
Arasaka
get it.
play I've heard about from stories. But yeah, you're ever in the
Hey,
area.
congrats on making it out, and here, and he'll like offer to pass contact details.
Yeah, he'll flick his details over to you, but he does so with like an actual old agent, and it's kind of like one of those situations where he's doing like the old man thing where he's typing it in. It's not a very quick kind of do. It's more of a kind of deal. And he goes, "All right, well, thanks. If you ever need the All Saints, let us know. Probably not going to do much in the city. Where are you heading? If you don't mind me asking."
Fresno.
Fuck. Well, if there's one place that's probably worse than Night City, it's its asshole. Have fun.
Yeah, I don't think we're planning to stay too long.
Smart move. Gotta pass the side of the van, and I'll let you through. The contact name that he kind of puts into you, you'll see, is Joseph, and yeah, he mentioned that he's a member of the All Saints. It's not a group that you've ever heard of before, but once you kind of like are making your way through, you would see that there's probably about 6 other individuals who kind of get out of the bus that are not like the small folk. And there's the guy with the big arms, and then there's just kind of like a ragtag group of nomad kind of badasses, all with different weapons and kind of varying degrees of cool look. Okay. No issues there. You're moving on from Templeton, making your way through onto the true 101. And as you do so, you'll be kind of passing by Sensorio and into Wellasona. And so these are not names that you're very familiar with, but you do know that there are stories that kind of lead to and kind of create an understanding of the fact that there are some pretty ruthless nomad packs out here in this area. It's not the best, but it is sorry, I apologize. Wrong direction. No, right direction, right? Hold on. Nope, you're going through Templeton and on into... Got it. So south, east, and then north. So you're kind of heading towards, like Cattleman City. There are my notes. Got it. So similar story, but it's mostly a bunch of like disparate farmers out this way who utilize whatever methods they can to kind of maintain crop rotations and crop cycling, mainly for purchase by Biotechnica and also like government structures, NorCal and the like. But you would know that they are very defensive of their territory. And nomads in this area are bad, but it's more north of here than it is. Like it's in between these farmlands and Fresno, more so than it is like on this side of it. During the farmlands process, you would see that there are a lot of strange, kind of very weird looking vehicles kind of out in the farms. It being winter, it looks like they're kind of tilling over the soil and kind of getting it ready for planting for spring. And a few folks kind of take notice of your vehicle as it's driving through, as well as a few cars in this area kind of pass by you, seemingly kind of heading towards different portions in the area from Fresno. Like you'll pass by a few farmlands, and then like a couple cars will pass you, like they're heading towards those farmlands in specific. But no cars are coming from behind you, nor are you passing anybody on the road. That makes sense? Okay. Somebody go ahead and roll me a D10.
Dan,
Ah!
Yeah, Dan.
our esteemed guest.
Okay.
Boom.
So, Normally that would be bad on like a reputation type roll, but that's not what we're doing here. We're doing kind of like a random encounter roll. So what that means is that I need one more roll of a d10.
It exploded. We're fighting the boss of the whole game.
Okay. So as you're driving, Grip, up ahead it looks like the road's kind of like broken up apart, pretty well damaged. It kind of catches you a bit off guard because you're kind of going like up a hill, down a hill, up a hill, kind of like wavy kind of deal. Go ahead and give me a drive land vehicles roll as you try to move to avoid these kind of potholes and kind of breaks in the concrete that kind of hit hard rock.
Not bad.
Pretty good. You don't technically have a rocker boy. And I forgot to mention spending luck beforehand. So we'll just go ahead.
I wasn't planning on it either way. I knew what I had to do, and I wasn't planning on spending any.
Fair enough.
I got a 17.
It does kind of hit a bit of the divot, and you kind of all feel it kind of throughout the vehicle. But it doesn't appear that any damage or anything that you can see has happened to it. Squints, go ahead and give me vehicle tech. It's one of those kind of meaty metal thunks that
33.
I
know.
We all live in Indiana, or some of us live in Indiana, or have lived.
No, all of us.
Had to
Every
drive
single.
through that awful
Okay.
garbage
Be
highway.
nice.
We're
Be
all
nice.
familiar with Indiana's roads and the
Have
shit
you
that
not seen the commercials that we have some of the best roads in the nation?
That's not true.
That's what they're posting right now. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, it's not true. So we've all had that feeling where we've hit like a meaty kind of pothole and we've gotten like a loud thunk. Squints, you're able to tell that it hit and it seems to have broken something underneath. As you're kind of listening to the vehicle as it continues on, your presumption is that it was either a brake line or it was a suspender fluid that has been kind of cut because it does sound like there's fluid coming off of the vehicle. But in your mind, it can only be one of those two things.
We got a leak. We might want to stop while we can and fix that before it goes too far.
Do we pull over?
Do
Should
I
we
need
pull over
to?
here?
And he looks back to Squints.
I would think so, or we might be losing our brakes here. We probably be a good idea. Should be a quick fix, hopefully, but I would pull over.
Grip does so.
Okay. You pull
I
off
hop
this-
out and check those two things.
pull off the side of the road what you see like an available kind of space near there. Up ahead, maybe 50 or so feet, you can see a sign that looks like it says Albert's Farm. And there's kind of a open field on either side. In between you and the open field, just off the road, maybe 5 feet or so, there's a massive ditch. And kind of up ahead, it does look as though there's like a path over the ditch that has like the corrugated piping therein. You park and you pop out, Squints, kind of get underneath. You can see the leaking fluid. With that roll, you would recognize immediately that it is a brake line that has been cut. So once the pressure would basically kind of be removed from that, the front brakes would be pretty much out. And it looks like when you did brake, that kind of pressure system caused a lot of it to kind of shoot out. So you're kind of seeing back the way you came, a bit of brake fluid kind of spattered when like you brake to park to the side.
Okay, can I stop it or?
Yeah. So again, with that tech check and your tools, you pop out, you kind of get underneath there, and you're just kind of working on it. It's going to take you about 20 minutes. As you're kind of underneath there, what's everybody else doing?
Kincaid would probably hop out and just sort of keep an eye on Squints in the car. Make sure. I don't know what kind of area we're in. You said it was farms mostly?
Yeah. hold on. Bear with me here for a
So I
second.
feel like we're likely fairly visible on the road
Oh, for sure, for sure.
if we're not in like a mountain pass anymore.
You're not. It's kind of wide open. Hold on a second here.
Gonzo would definitely get out and stretch his legs.
Let me see if I can make this happen. Huh. Yeah. Oh wait, no. Hold on. That's not the right one. That's not the right one. Bear with me here for a second. Thanks for being patient. Why did it? Okay. Well, my fun with Google Maps and practicing earlier didn't work as well as I'd hoped, but here we are. Here we are living.
Yeah.
It would be like this. Kind of. This picture I'm about to post. It's very small. But the windbreak on the right wouldn't be present. It'd basically be the same on the left as it is on the right. And the field is kind of open. There's nothing growing.
I'll stay in the car and just like watch out the back.
Yeah. This appears to be the picture in question appears to have been taken in May. And then, sorry, for people watching at home, definitely want to give you a visual as well.
Picture a desert road.
Yeah, no windbreak, and kind of like field is kind of more deserted. The phone lines are still up, and then there's a bit of a ditch in either side of the road. Simple as. Okay, so Kincaid keeping watch for Squints. What were you doing, Leah?
Say it again, sorry.
What were you doing while we're waiting? Staying in the car, or
Yeah, staying in the car and just looking out the back.
okay? And Grip staying in the car.
Staying in the car, but getting the sniper like mounted out the window,
Okay.
so I have a shot. Likely in the actually trying to aim out the back, because I imagine the turret's aimed towards the front. And
Yeah.
is anyone on the
Summer's
turret?
up in the turret, and she'll have the weapon kind of mounted.
Yeah. So I'm gonna cover our back in case something comes up from behind. I've got the sniper to try and like hit a exhaust or something.
You want Leo to pop those doors open?
Everyone but Clarigo would basically be staying in the car. Clarigo's out and seems to be helping Squints. Like, as Squints is underneath the vehicle, Squints' tool bag's not underneath there, and he'll be like, tool name, and Clarigo is, unlike me, knows names of tools, and would hand those tools directly to Squints. It's a very masculine and exchange and bonding that I, as a human, have never experienced.
You know, hold a flashlight for me sometime, bud.
Yeah. Thank you, Zach. You're the best.
I'll give you the full yell out. Will you hold still?
Hold it steady.
You'd be damned how wrong a person can hold a flashlight.
I believe you.
And that person.
Yeah, we've all been that kid.
Okay, so if nobody else is like in particular doing anything in specific, go ahead and give me a perception check. Grip. You said you were kind of keeping an eye out.
Yes. I'm gonna put 1 luck into this.
Great. This is a staggered DV. So what that means
13.
is there's a DV9, there's a DV13, and there's a DV17. So you would have hit the DV9 only with a 13.
Yeah.
So maybe about 10 minutes into the 20-minute process, you would see a dust trail kind of pluming on the road, kind of leading up to Albert's farm's exit. It looks like a car is coming up the dirt road from Albert's farm, which appears to be kind of like a simple kind of structure off in the distance with a pretty secure looking kind of barrier around it. And even from this distance, it looks like a number of turrets kind of placed around it as well. So he's coming out of that secure position and driving up to you, or up to the road at least, as far as you can tell.
I'm gonna like tap the car so everybody like turns towards me and then point.
Gonzo's a good looker.
What are we rolling a perception for?
Just because he told me to look.
Oh, you see it, yeah. I mean, I didn't ask you to roll, but I'll go ahead and like bounce off of it. The vehicle that's moving up the road, it appears to be a truck, a Thornton, a big heavy truck. Looks like it's mainly used for like pickup style stuff. So like it doesn't look like its bed's been replaced with like a turret or anything crazy, like a lot of Thorntons in the city have done. And it looks like there are two people in the vehicle. The windows are completely untinted. It is very much like a Ford F-150 or a dually, like just kind of coming down the road. It'd probably be like the 350. But anyways, boom, coming up the road, but not Ford, Thornton. Yeah.
No, they don't. I mean, they don't have any. You said they have turrets on the Thornton.
No. Normally, like in the city, Thorntons are used to carry big
Okay,
fucking turrets
okay,
on the
okay.
back.
Okay.
Or like rocket
It's a
launchers.
farm. It's a farm truck.
It looks like it's an actual Thornton used for what the Thornton was built for.
Okay,
Doing
cool.
farm shit.
I continue to stay in the car.
Okay. They come up to the road, and then they turn left. So like they're moving towards you.
I'm
I'll
gonna.
step around the back of the car and sort of.
Summer gets a beat on them, and you do as well, Grip.
Yeah.
Okay, they kind of stop at that point once like they kind of come around the road and they kind of have guns trained on them. You see him stop, and the driver gets out and kind of holds behind the door. And then the passenger gets out but stands on the side rail of the door, kind of raises his hands up and yells out to you, "Hey! No need to fight."
Just doing a few repairs. We'll be out of here soon.
Need any help?
I think we got it handled.
All right then. They get back in their truck. Doors close. Goes in reverse. The distance it drove. Past their drive-in, and they drive back onto the road, and you watch as the dust cloud just kind of zips back towards the farm.
Man, neighborly out here in the country. You know? Even those nomad scavengers.
So far, you've been doing
They're
very
all
well.
cannibals.
We're all jaded city folk.
Yeah, the first one was a roll the first one was one I determined. The random roll was pretty good. Yeah, again, good rolls so far. Doing okay. All right, Squints, you got it taped up, fixed. You're pretty sure it's going to last you. You definitely do want to kind of get it into the shop if you want to like see it fully repaired, but it's going to get you there and back no problem.
Okay.
Pop back into the van, drive on off. Gonzo, you kind of keep an eye on that truck, and you see them kind of pop out of their truck. And this is about when like you're kind of getting ready to leave, right? And you'd see them kind of like looking out at you. You see the glint of what appears to be like a scope or something, or binocular or something. Like they're keeping an eye on you still, and you just kind of note that, and kind of keep an eye on them too. Kind of give one of those,
Yeah.
and you drive off.
What, can you describe what kind of a road we're on and what's around the road as we drive off?
Sure, I posted a picture. It's kind of like it's a pretty beat up like concrete road. There's dirt pathing on the side. The thing that's not shown in that is there's kind of like irrigation ditches on the sides of the road, and then
Okay.
basically on the other side of those ditches is farmland that looks like it's either currently being processed and kind of like turned over, or it just finished a season like a while ago. It's currently like winter, so they're not planting anything really. Unfortunately, due to the limited nature of farm structures and the ability to farm, they mostly are just growing like beans, like soy, and what's that other one? Fucking
Niches that are in ditches.
snitches and ditches. Yes, that was the one. Some other bean that I can't think of right now, but it's mostly just beans.
Is there more than one road or like intersection that I can make a diversion at as I drive away from these guys?
Yeah. So, you kind of look at the GPS and kind of do some planning. Go ahead and give me a library search if you're going to use that, or if you just want to raw dog it, you can just drive.
Can I do tactics?
So I would say instead, like if you're looking at the
Okay.
GPS and using tactics, go ahead and throw a tactics roll. That's fine. You're trying to make it so that you're not trackable.
I'm just trying to break line of sight on them
Oh, okay.
because I assume they're going to watch us drive away, and if there's like some kind of a road split, what I'm imagining is Grip is going to dip off to the side, hit some of the dirt so the smoke goes up, and then make it look like he's going one direction before the whole smoke covers the way, and then cut across the other side.
Okay. Yeah, give me a tactics roll.
Let's go over there.
So
It's 10.
you after the fact think that you did it and it is satisfactory. Whether or not that is true, that is yet to be determined.
Fair.
Everyone else is
But
kind
I
of like,
do want to drive as quickly as possible.
yeah. All right, you start pushing through. Okay, one last one. This is the northern side where the nomads are a little thicker. Somebody representative for the team, roll a d10.
Zach F. You've been driving us all this way.
Where are these nominations coming from?
Nobody else is doing it.
No. You
That's
want to know
fair.
why you know where they're coming from? Anyone but me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. If you pick the person, you have a very good control over if you get picked. What do I need? You said D10?
Yeah, just a roll of a d10. Okay, here
That's
we go.
1, baby.
Good times, good times, good times. Okay.
Aren't you glad you picked me?
I am,
I'm having fun.
because we're a team.
So at this point, you would hear what sounds like kind of a the
Jet.
fuck. No, we're not doing that. Although that would be good payback for you. I'm certain I could have a couple of people watch that video and be really, really happy about it. You hear what sounds like gunshots, like rapid fire, auto fire kind of rounds being fired. It's in the distance, but it's definitely close enough that it's noteworthy. If you continue driving, spotting it will be harder. If you stop, spotting it would be easier, but it's definitely close enough that it warrants caution.
I think Grip would try to stop. And
Do
see
we
if
know
he can-
anything about the area?
So the area that you're currently in is kind of like right south of Fresno. And I'm zooming to find that location. Hold on a second here. Fresno. The area in question, it's kind of it's like a pass-through town area, but you've already passed through the town and kind of are making your way kind of like onto the next town. Like, have you ever been between two rural towns? It's
I sure have.
it's like that. It's like that divide where like you just left maybe 5 minutes ago a town, and probably another 5 minutes you'll be at a town.
And we hear shots, but it's not shots at us.
It's not so far as to say it doesn't seem that the vehicle's been hit, but it's close enough that it seems like it might warrant caution. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, we're on an armor-proof or bulletproof vehicle.
Yeah, so you can keep driving and like make perception rolls to see if you kind of see what's happening. They will be at a higher DV if you keep moving, but if you do stop and kind of look around, you would have like a bit more clear of a view. So the question is for Grip, really, not for anybody else. Grip, do you keep going, or do you go on full caution mode and like stop?
It looks like Grip went full caution mode because he's
Yeah.
using his teleoptics.
I'm trying to stop and get eyes.
Okay. All right, everybody, go ahead and give me a perception roll as you kind of like stop and kind of start looking around.
Is he getting any kind of bonus with the teleoptics?
Teleoptics granted.
With your special eyes.
Yeah, teleoptics granted +1. It's listed in there.
Oh, okay, cool. I scanned. Perception. 24.
Okay. So, Squints, you're kind of looking around and you see what looks like smoke kind of off in the distance. And then it's kind of on the it's kind of on the western side. So it's kind of like to the left. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And
Of the map where we're sitting.
100%. You definitely get a vibe as though the shooting is small arms fire, so like submachine guns, pistols, and the like. But it's close enough that it's kind of like a bit kind of strange. Also, the field to the left looks like it's been kind of replaced with a lot of like rock structures and a lot of old, like we've all seen the house that has like old rusted out cars and it's just got so goddamn many of them, right? And then like there's like a corrugated tin wall that's like been kind of posted up with like those metal struts. It's that kind of person's like, you know, territory. And from what you can tell, like this area kind of the road kind of divots or goes down a bit, and it looks as though the like terrain on the west on your left, it's kind of like a rocky dip, maybe 50 or so feet, and then into kind of an area that's kind of rocky and sandy and dirty. You wait it out, or you want to go check out what's going on over there?
I'm not the one who got the best look, so I'm not sure what to do.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like other people are fighting. No, not you. Nor are they fighting you.
I guess Grip will look around. You think
King,
I can get around it?
sorry, Kincaid, I forgot you got a 24. With that, you would be able to tell that it seems that the smoke that's coming up is from some sort of vehicle. And based on the kind of dispensary of smoke, it's probably an aircraft of some sort. And based on the small arms fire, your presumption is that it was an AV, probably with door gunner types, because you can tell the telltale signs and sounds of a Kang Tao Dian, which is the kind of smart gun submachine gun, and it seems to be kind of blazing through. And then the opposition, Saratogas and other kind of like not as good small arms.
Surely that's not our ride, right? I feel like we should approach in the off chance that that is who we're hired to work with. I don't know that we owe them anything. I don't know that that would get us any kind of,
Well, we could definitely salvage some shit.
if it should come to that. I feel like we should approach with caution.
Okay. Everybody go ahead.
If it is who I think it is, we might want to help.
Everybody go ahead and make a stealth roll if you want to.
Is it under body?
You betcha.
I fell down.
You fell out of the car.
Yep.
I fell down and dropped a grenade.
Do you have a couple?
Oh, no.
Unfortunately.
Frantically trying to pick him up.
That's too funny. Okay. So when you come up over the ridge, who would be in the lead? I'm gonna put it to you then.
I would volunteer, I think.
Okay. When you come up to the ridge, you can see that there's two kind of diversion points. There's like a bit of a downhill on the right, and there's kind of like a bit more of a structural cliff on the left. And this is technically a Dark Skies reuse map, but fuck it, we ball. You would see what appears to be a Trauma Team AV crashed, and there are 3 individuals outside of it with their weapons, currently engaged in combat with what appear to be nomads. Cute cat sounds aside. It does look as though they are faring pretty well, Kincaid. But again, with that perception check you got earlier, I'm going to say that you're able to notice 2 things. The pilot inside is still inside, and it looks as though they are kind of either dead or unconscious. You can't tell from here, but you can see them through the window. There's a guy out in front of the vehicle and who's kind of covering from the snoot of the AV, right? Then there are 2 others who are firefighting. Inside of the kind of side open door, there is 1 more Trauma Team person who appears to be unconscious, and there's like a pretty decent hole in their chest plate and a lot of blood on the ground. You can also see it looks like they have a passenger. The passenger is currently engaged in, or is currently set up inside of a, Dan, you're a doctor type. What are the things that you put people in and put them in the EMTs? Stretcher? Is
Gurney?
it's a stretcher.
Gurney? Stretcher? Okay, that.
But they would put them in a bag. They would put them in a
Cryo
what's
bag.
it called?
Cryo bag.
Cryo bag.
Yeah, they're in a
They would be-
cryo bag in the back. On a gurney. So that's the situation as you see it. I'm going to go ahead and pull everybody else onto it after Zach tells me what they want to do with their first turn. And you're the only one acting during this turn. Just presume everything else that's happening with them is happening already.
There's not a way I could communicate with the Trauma Team members without like giving away my position, is there?
That's right. There's no way you can do that.
I don't
am I
know
on the
that-
same spot that Kincaid is.
No, not
Is
yet.
that where we're? Okay,
So
I'm not there.
I asked who was taking the lead. Kincaid said him.
Fair.
So what's going to happen is Kincaid gets the first action because it's like seconds, right? And then everybody else will basically be on the scene in that spot, and I'll drag and drop you onto there.
So I guess once I have a view of the scene, I had the sniper ready, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna try and post up like
Next turn.
prone on the cliff.
You got it. Next turn. Right now it's just
Yep.
Kincaid. What's Kincaid doing?
I guess
First
Kincaid's
responder.
gonna
You can go down
he's
the
gonna
hill.
scramble down the rocks.
Yeah, on the north side, you can kind of make it. It's a completely smooth traversal. There's no problems. Just go ahead and move your token. Now, if you want to jump down and kind of make like a beeline straight for that rock in between you and them, that's a different story. So you can go like up and north, like kind of this way, down this
Right.
hill with no problem. If you wanted to go boom and like get to here, that's going to be an athletics check. DV is going to be 13. Otherwise, you will fall. About
Athletics?
yeah. And if you have some sort of leg implant or something like that,
I don't, but I'm willing to risk it. I wanna cross the
DV's 13.
6 spaces.
So I just need a 14 or better from you on an
I
athletics roll.
will roll athletics.
Yeah.
24.
You kind of rush up to the side there. You kind of grab your hat, kind of pull it down, and then jump down.
I'm like Tarzan down the tree limbs down this rock.
You hit the rocks, and what you'll notice is that inside of this little alcove, you kind of land on top of a refrigerator. That's that little white bit you can see there.
Always fun to see in a
And when you hit
gunfight.
it, it kind of crumples down a little bit, and you realize that it's on. Like the refrigerator is actually like working somehow. And looking at it very quickly, it looks like it might be like plugged into a battery pack or something. And then you can go ahead and move yourself over to that spot. There's no loss in movement, so just go ahead and go straight your speed towards that rock.
Yeah, right there.
Okay. Now we're gonna go.
And I'm
Go ahead.
if they can see me, I'm showing my badge to the
Trauma team.
Trauma Team. Thank you.
Okay, so that he'll look over at you, the one who's kind of in the spot, like in the hole there, kind of looks at you confused, but then kind of like and you can almost hear like a muffled sound coming from him. It doesn't sound like he's talking to you. It definitely sounds like he's talking over comms. The way I try to imagine it is like if you're familiar with Half-Life 2, it's kind of like the Combine, like when they're talking to each other. And yeah, that's what you kind of hear as they handle that business. Okay, so everybody else, if you can drag and drop your tokens pretty much where Kincaid was, like right over there. If not, I'll grab them and move them over myself. But once we've got tokens on the board, I guess starting with you, Kincaid, go ahead and give me a initiative roll. And quick question for you, Gonzo. Would you have, since nobody's watching the van, would you just let your crew do that? Or
Oh yeah, the crew is the van.
Yep, they stay with
Yeah.
Delphi. Got
Appreciate it.
Yeah. We're not leaving that.
Yeah, this was just a scouting.
And we are on agent, like.
Oh, 100% hollow. Yeah, with them.
Yeah.
And as a free action at the start of the thing, if you guys want to pop into a hollow call with the Valentinos. Totally cool.
Yeah.
Group chat.
They somehow have their radio station working and on the hollow.
All right. Bear with me here. No, not the one I want. Sorry, I knew what music I wanted, but I forgot the name of it. That's always my issue. Is it this one? Yeah. It's one of my favorites. 4 fights. Leo, you're up first. Just as you're kind of coming up the ridge to kind of give you an idea of what's happening, you see what appears to be a nomad rushing over towards this cover here. And you see this guy here spin, fire, and his bullets kind of lob in the air and kind of arc after the girl as she's running and slam into her back, and she kind of falls to the ground. You can see that the Kang Tao Dian is kind of like locked in, smart gun ammunition kind of arcing into her back. It's like a really weird thing where he's shooting at where she was and it still kind of smashes into her even though she runs past that field of view.
I just sent a quick message. Are we helping Trauma Team? What are we doing?
Seems like the right thing to do.
Alright, I will just shoot my rifle at.
Do you go
This
prone before
first.
you do it?
Yeah, like whatever the best, like whatever cover is. If there's
Fire.
none in the edge, just prone.
Firing from prone will give you a +1 to your attack roll. Didn't fucking
34.
You said this target is here?
Yeah,
And this was just a straight shot, right?
yeah.
Okay. So we're looking at sweet spot, I believe. Yep, 13. So you definitely nailed it. That'll hit 21 damage. Looks like they're wearing leathers. So you kind of hit into him. And that will... So armor is going to be 3 after. And he is down... I'm so bad at math. 25 minus 17.
8.
Thank you.
Jeez, wizard.
My brain's so bad. Leo, when you hit him, you can definitely tell that
Sorry, guys.
the hit center of mass. You see a massive spray of blood come out the back of him from the Masamune, and it just like the guy kind of ducks back underneath the rock. So he's in cover now, but like in hitting him, you're pretty sure you seriously wounded him.
Okay.
Kincaid.
We got what, 6 movement? And that's a rock between me and there, right?
Yeah. You'd have to go around it.
Okay. So
Unless you have jump boosters. Otherwise, you're good.
no, I don't have anything cool as far as moving.
Mario boots.
Right. I'm gonna get 6 right here. I'm gonna shout to this guy. Do you want help with the pilot? It looks like your pilot's injured.
So this
I'm
guy...
assuming they're like trapped in there.
this guy here, what you see is that he's got the Kang Tao Dian, and you basically in this moment for just flavor during the last turn is what he was doing. You see that the magazine is dropping out of the Dian, and he's slamming another one in there, and then slotting the first round, and he kind of looks over at you, and then looks down at his feet, and you can see that there's a case that says Tsunami Arms on it. And he looks at you and he says, "Yeah, sure, whatever help you're willing to throw out, sir." And he drops down to his knee in this moment and seems to kind of like be going for the case. During his next turn, he's going to be popping the case open. That was just your movement. You want to take an action?
You know what? I'll just dash or whatever it is. Run
Okay. So, well,
to
run,
get to here.
real quick to give you kind of like another
Sure.
option. I did modify the rules on what we're calling dash. Dash is like the dodge action from Dungeons and Dragons, except modified. So it gives you a +3 to any evasion rolls that you would make due to incoming attacks until the start of your next turn. And once between now and the start of your next turn, when an attack misses you, you can move a number of meters equal to your movement. So that would be half your normal squares of movement, rounded up. So if you could normally move 6, you'd move 3 if you would successfully dash.
Sure, we'll take that.
Okay.
I get to dodge better and possibly get there. That sounds great.
Yes. You are the first player to take the dash action.
Thanks.
Kincaid done. Grip, you are up. Drop down, pop, sniper rifle, bang.
Yeah,
And this is the
that's
tech.
what we're doing.
This is the Tektronica, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Or the Grod.
And I think it's probably better I hit one of these guys, right?
Yeah. So these guys here are all kind of ducked under cover. These guys are a little bit more open, and you can see that they have assault rifles. These guys look like they have more melee weapons up on the north side. Looks like they're just waiting for an opening to kind of get closer. And then...
So I'm gonna try and
Go ahead.
pop this shot, I believe.
Okay. The car doors kind of open a bit, and you like the rock's kind of in the way, but you're like shooting it perfectly through if you hit this. And I believe that's going to clear.
Nice.
Yeah, you're at 51 through 100, so we're looking for a 15, which you got. That'll hit. This wasn't a headshot, right?
Crit damage.
No, just
Okay.
straight damage.
All right. Go ahead and roll
Do
2d6.
those- Yeah, let's say those explode.
Okay. That is going to be...
Broken arm or something?
The Tektronica is a power weapon, so it adds +5 on a crit. It doesn't add the +5 from power weapon on the crit roll. It just adds the normal +5 for a crit roll, so should it actually be 32 damage. The 5 was to determine what critical injury we're looking at. And I believe it's not going to matter because a broken rib is kind of whatever. But you would watch as you see the bullet hit this guy in the rib, and you can actually see like several ribs pop out of his chest area as the round goes through him. Yeah, he falls to the ground like absolutely dead.
I don't know if this gun chambers, but I want Grip to go.
So
One.
if you read the note there, you actually as an action have to work the bolt. So during your next turn,
Got
you're
it.
just getting the next round ready. Another thing that's not being added into your attack roll, just so... Oh, it is. Okay, it's got a +1 in there.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
Got the mod on it.
Do you have your +1 from targeting scope?
That's what the +1 is, isn't
No,
it?
you should have a +1 because it's excellent quality as well. Put another +1 in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Grip done. Gonzo up. That's why they're so cheap.
So Gonzo would just basically jump down he would basically take a running start, run and jump, and try and land.
Athletics.
Hit the ground running.
Yeah, if you're not working your way around that little broken car there, you have to make an athletics roll. DV13. That is not a success, but it is not a failure by 4 or more. So you're just going to take some rough and tumble. Roll a d6.
More pride than anything.
you're going to take a total of 2 damage. As you kind of slam into the ground with those knee pads of yours, you kind of slam your arm into the ground a bit. And you don't have cyber arms, right?
No.
Yeah, you're just flesh and baby. So yeah, you kind of scratch up a little bit, kind of rolling over. When you look down at it, as you start hoofing it towards it, you can see just underneath, like a tattoo of Santa Muerte, there's like a scratch from like a rock or a piece of glass that carved into your arm, and it almost makes it look like she's like, it's like right underneath her. It looks like her name is Weeping Blood.
Fuck yeah! I mean, I'm just fucking running. I'll slide next to this rock, unload at this gonk. I think I need a 20. And this is the last round in the gun.
Okay. That'll hit.
Uh, 17 plus 6, so 23.
So he's going to take the damage. He will be at some remaining. But yeah.
And I'll reload.
A solid clip, and then, hold on. How are you reloading, Spree?
I think it's rinse and reload.
Oh, okay. Cool. Gonzo done. It'll go to trauma. This guy sees you kind of rush out there, kind of looks at you confused. You see him kind of like...
He's with me!
He definitely sees that you're shooting the problem elements. So he kind of reaches out the side, and you see him kind of go, fuck! As these kind of guys that got shot at by Leo are kind of like tuckering down a bit. And you see him kind of like click. You can see like little red lights appearing on the side of his helmet, Gonzo. And then he kind of points the gun up in the air and just starts unloading. He just shoots auto fire straight up in the air, and you're thinking like, the fuck is this gonk doing? And as you kind of look at him and then kind of look up, you see this streak of bullets kind of come up in the air and just slam down into this guy, the guy that got shot by the AR, and he falls to the ground, just riddled with auto fire. Squints.
I am going to dash.
And as you're kind of making your way down, this guy pops up in the case, Kincaid. Wait, sorry, you're gonna run. D&D is dash, run. If you're doubling your movement, it's run.
Yeah, run.
Yeah. But Kincaid, as like that's happening, and Squints is making his way down.
I thought this guy was the pilot.
This guy's not the pilot.
Okay.
The pilot
so there are
inside.
3 of them in combat.
Right. There are a total of 5 trauma team men on site. 2 are not shown on the battlefield because they are non-combatants, and then there is 1 passenger. So he is outside of the vehicle, and he's using the front snoot for cover. He put a case down in front of him, apparently did some shooting, and then reloaded his Kang Tao and looked over at you and says, yeah, sure, whatever help you want to throw at us, and then kind of kneeled down like he was going for the case. During their turn, as Squints is kind of coming around, you see him pop open the case, reach in and grab what appears to be a, what is it? Tsunami arms?
Helix?
No, it's not the Helix.
You said Helix.
I said tsunami arms. I did not finish that sentence. Did not say.
Well, that's the only gun I know. The name of at all.
It's an SS-56, I believe, which is basically a big,
fun to say.
heavy machine gun.
I'm gonna try to hide behind these rocks as much as I can. I know I'm kind of out in the open, but
Okay.
if there can be any duck downing or anything.
Yeah, you're kind of trying to mitigate, some shots, but yeah, if they get an angle on you, they get an angle on you. That's just like
Right. Yeah.
okay, it'll go to them. So the guys with the weapons, they kind of see Gonzo and kind of like and kind of rush out. This causes this guy, who you saw was kind of readying for that, to start unloading into that guy. And Gonzo, this is the guy you just shot in the chest. He's like holding what appears to be a really jagged looking piece of metal that's been kind of fashioned into a sharp edge. And then as he's coming at you and you're kind of like power slid down, kind of looking up at him, dropping the weapon or dropping the magazine and like reloading. It's a revolver, so you're like that. You see like a bunch of bullets slam into this guy and he just falls to the ground. You turn and look over your shoulder. It looks as though the one who's kind of in the middle is the one who unloaded on that guy. And then these ones rush out.
Before he gets to me, when he gets within 0.4 meter or within 4
you're
meters,
taking a shot.
I'm gonna take a shot.
Okay. You'll hit him. It kind of does a bit of damage, but it doesn't wound him. 10 damage after the armor situation.
Cool.
So he kind of rushes for you, and as he kind of like does that, he kind of comes in with a very heavy melee weapon, and will swing it. He ran, but he seems to be making an attack at the end of it. It seems like these Rapin are kind of built that way. And he is going to make an attack. You obviously get an evasion roll. I got a 27. And I rolled really, really well, so don't think that's a normal thing that's going to happen a lot. Okay, so he will hit, and he will do a total of 21 points of damage.
Okay. I'll ablate 1.
Yep.
And I'll take 10.
The next guy will swing. It's going to be a 17. That's more likely what we're going to see a bit more of. So go ahead and give me another evasion roll, and then go ahead and give me another evasion roll as the next guy swings it, and that'll dodge as well as the 19 on that one. The last guy who kind of gets to you, you see him kind of like looking at the situation, and as you kind of like do all that, he kind of just rushes forward and kind of grabs at your shoulder. He's kind of like getting behind you with his run, and it's almost like he's trying to like get you so they can like mob beat on you. Go ahead and make a brawling roll. You do not gain any special bonuses for perks on this one.
That's under fighting.
Yep. Okay. So he got a 20 on his, so that means he will grab a hold of you. You are grabbed.
I'll re-roll it.
Okay. Okay. With luck.
Nope.
That sucks. So yeah, he kind of gets a hold of you. He's got his very heavy melee weapon in one hand instead of, so he can't use it at all. But he kind of grabs you and presses his back against the rock and like pulls you in with him, and you're kind of like holding the pistol angrily as he's like getting one over on you. And they're kind of coming around, like the 3 that swung at you, and the guy with the blood on his big old piece of metal kind of looks at you with like this grin and goes, Leo, you are up, but they...
How did these spark?
Real quick, just so you know, the 2 that you fire, or the group that you fired at are returning fire on you just as you're shooting or starting. So, do you have reflexes 8?
Yes.
Go ahead and give me 2 reflex or evasion rolls. I got a 21 on the first one, and I got a 17 on the second one. Yeah, you're good. And they kind of seem to be locked in on you specifically. Oh, sorry, you're prone. No.
I just roll left and right.
No, you can't take evasion rolls. I just have to go off the chart.
Would his defense be any higher since he's prone,
Yeah,
though?
it is.
And on a hill?
It is increased with cover. So the first shot will hit the cover. Let me see the damage here. Not enough to get through the cover, and the second hit will hit the cover because it is a stationary hard cover, rock, stone, heavy concrete, big metal sheets, etc. It is a cover that needs to be breached damage-wise for any damage to come into you. It's effectively like a buffer, not a block entirely like other cover.
Okay.
So yeah, this is not going to get through either. It will basically cause a splash over of 7 damage into you, but your armor is an 11 or so, right?
11, yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of hits the armor and doesn't do anything. Okay, so with them kind of shooting at you, what you'll notice is they kind of boom, boom, like 2 shots, and then you see a guy kind of look at you kind of confused and push a portion of his rifle forward. Do you have tech of 5 or better?
I think so. Let me check.
Okay. Up at the top, just
What
tech.
is it?
Stat.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a grenade launcher mounted under barrel grenade launcher. He's pushing forward, and it seems like he's reloading it as a move action.
Which guy was that?
That was this guy right here, or this lady right here. Wait, is that a guy? That's a dude.
Okay. Can I still see them on my turn?
Yeah, they are up high enough where the cover will cause will cause problems with any type of shot other than an aim shot.
Well, if I think they're within 50 meters, I could jack in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. I forgot who I was talking to.
Yeah, 48.
Okay. You want to hack that guy?
Yeah, that one, and this one's 50. This is the other one that shot at me.
Mhm.
Should be like right on the cusp of it. I'll jack into
Well,
both.
let's do one at a
But
time.
I'll start with the grenade launcher one first.
When you jack into him, before you roll interface or anything, what you will realize is he's not on a neural port. He's on a neural link, like a very old style system. What that means is if you are going to perform quick hacks on him, if the DV is less than 10, you have a +3 to your rolls. If the DV is higher than 10, you have a +3 to their DV. So the more complicated the quick hack, the harder it will be to install in their system because it's so old and janky. But the smaller the DV, the easier it'll be to load it up.
That's fine. But no self-ice, right?
No, yeah, absolutely no
Okay.
defenses other than that.
Alright, I'll also hack into the other one that was shooting at me.
Okay, jacked and jacked. I don't need you to roll
Same thing?
interfaces to check them. Yeah, same thing. These are definitely poor people.
Okay, let me see what I want to do in each of them. So 10 or less, right?
Yeah. So any DV 6, 8, or 10 would be fine. But any 12, 14, or 16 ones, it scatters with them.
Yeah, I'll just do the synapse burnout on both of them,
Okay.
which is a DV10.
So it'll be a +3 to your roll for both of those. Nailed it. Nailed it. And Synapse Burnout says...
3d6 direct damage.
Okay, roll
Does
for
the
each.
blade armor.
We'll do first and then second. And these can crit, by the way. You'll seriously wound the first one, and you will seriously wound the second one.
And then, can I just roll over some? Just to where
yeah.
the rock hasn't been set in front of me?
You can actually, like, if you want to, because you're kind of facing that way, you probably drag the assault rifle in, kind of locked in with the cyber deck, pulling it out. Let the assault rifle go really quick, do this, and then kind of roll away from the cliff face, kind of like in a this way, so that you're no longer in vision of them, and they can't return fire. But you're still connected.
Which way would that be on here?
To the right.
Up, down,
to the
left,
right. Like that.
Perfect, thank you.
Kind of get close to Grip, who's also laying down sniper.
Yeah, nuzzle him.
Kincaid.
I saw Gonzo get grabbed and surrounded by guys.
Oh
with,
yeah, he's
like,
currently getting fucking,
machetes and shit.
Yeah, this is.
Gonzo has a smirk on his face.
I know he
gets
does,
grabbed.
but I've seen plenty of guys with smirks on their face get chopped to pieces, man.
Fair. That's fair.
I'm going to assume the Max, or not Max Tech, what is it?
Trauma team.
Super Ambulance. Trauma team can handle their engine pilot better than I actually can.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use my movement, get a little closer to Gonzo.
Let's see it.
Is that 6?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Sounds fine.
I won't check your work. It's cool. You got 2 more.
Okay. I'm going to just take the one to make sure I can see that guy. The one at the very north is one that grabbed him. Is that right?
That's right.
We're going to attempt a headshot on him.
Okay. Aim shot was going to be a delineating factor. You could have potentially hit Gonzo, but because you're aiming, there's no chance of that.
Nice. Because I have cool...
It's like a -3 or -5, I think.
Right, I'm just making sure I have all the mods, like,
Right.
available to me.
You got it.
So, we're gonna just shoot him first. We'll do the math. I've got him.
So that'll hit the head. He is not wearing any armor on the head. So what you watch is, Gonzo, the guy's got you, and you're like, and you're looking at them as they're coming. The guy's like licking your blood off of his axe. You kind of got hit on the like side of the chest and kind of a bit on the face, so there's like a little blood on your lip, and you're just like super happy. And then there's just this massive explosion behind your head, and you can just feel warmth of blood and like the pitter patter of bone and like chunks of gray matter kind of hitting the back of your head, and you kind of just lean forward as the guy just like slumps off, and you kind of like okay. Overture
Nice.
does its
Love
work. Grip, you are on the docket. It's an action to chamber the next round.
Yep. 2 questions. Because I have gorilla arms, am I considered always armed with a melee weapon?
Yeah.
Cool. Second thing, I am going to not use my sniper. I'm going to swing the sniper around.
Okay. There's an assault rifle right there near you if you want to pick it up.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just gonna run or dash for my action
Okay.
all the way to here.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics roll because you're jumping down. If you fail by more than 4 on a DV13 athletics check, you'll do more than a rough and tumble. If you fail, you'll take a rough and tumble, which is set to D3 damage. Direct, no armor.
17.
Okay, so you're good. Just land, you kind of like jump down, hit the rocks below, jump onto that rock in front, kind of land and run past Kincaid, coming in with your fist. And that's going to be a big miss.
Sure.
I'm assuming Wrecking Ball was the perk that you were using to make the attack.
Rush. When you
Rush.
take the run action,
Yeah.
you can make a single brawling attack.
Gotcha. Gonzo.
With blood splattered back from me, I pull my pistol when I was ready to actually, and I just pull it forward to the dude that actually hit me and aim shot to the head.
Okay.
His head is gone, isn't it?
To
Yeah,
the
the
next
next
guy.
Oh, okay.
What's your minus for
And
these?
that would, so minus, let me take a look. I think the total is like a 8, right?
It's
And then I
minus
have-
8 is raw, and then whatever mods you have to change it.
I got 3, 4, so minus 4.
So minus
20.
4. So 20 will hit.
You have an excellent quality weapon, so it's also +1 unless that's in it.
I think it's
Already?
already in it. Yeah, and then I have plus
Okay,
1
sorry.
aim shots,
And
Rio
you're-
Bravo.
You're shooting this guy?
Oh. The one that actually hit me.
Yeah, the one you already shot, because you shot him and
Yeah.
he hit you. Okay, so like you see him kind of licking the blade. You press the gun like over the top of his blade, like it's a slow motion as the fist comes swinging in from Grip. Everyone kind of looks out of that with a wow, and like the guy's head exploding kind of makes everybody kind of back away. But you just slide the Hellbringer over the top of his melee weapon, push it down from his lips, and like push it against his nose and pull the trigger. You just watch as his face becomes nothing more than an explosion of person, and his body kind of flies back with that explosion onto the ground with a meaty thud. The others are looking very kind of concerned, and you hear kind of this as you're kind of moving away from them, like they're kind of like that. But you can hear this, hurry up, put it in, coming from the truck on the far side west.
What kind of critical injury did he inflict?
Doesn't matter.
Hole in the face.
He dealt
Foreign
40
object.
He dealt 42 damage to the face. 6 on that would have been broken jaw. It works perfect with where you shot him, right in the mouth.
Love it. Alright, I just back around this corner.
Yep. The trauma team, 2 guys here, will kind of move up to the back and kind of like take side with Kincaid, and you can see them kind of point at, like, it almost looks like they're pointing at Grip for a second, Kincaid, and you see them pull the trigger, but you see the bullets kind of go out and then kind of snake around and slam into the 2 guys Grip's fighting. It doesn't look like they get killed, but it looks like they do take a bit of damage from it.
Like, oh, not that guy. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys got it.
Smart ammunition kind of like whoosh, moves around the battlefield a little bit.
Oh, not that big guy.
Improve smart ammunition even. Squits.
Move up here, and I will do my 2 shots into this guy
Okay, and give me a perception check when you're doing, or at the end of your turn.
at the end. So go ahead and shoot first.
Yeah.
2 shots.
Okay. You are
Oh.
at a distance of 8. So we're needing 15s. The first one hits, the second one hits. Boom. His armor is currently at a 3, and then you'll do 6, and then 6, and then the second one, his armor's at a 2. You'll do 9. That is exactly enough to kill him. 25.
And then a perception of 22.
So at the end of your turn, as you can speak, what you're realizing is that this lady here on the far side is standing up over the box, and she appears to be holding a rocket launcher. And the rocket launcher's type is super important. Hold on a second here. It will definitely explain what happened in the precursor to the situation here. Bear with me for a second. I just gotta remember the name of this son of a bitch. Where are you, you fucking asshole? There we go. It's a Tektronica T40 Uragan. You recognize it right on sight. Squint. It is a luxury item. It is basically anti-air.
And it looks like it has been shot.
It looks like it's been reloaded.
It's what brought.
It looks like
Oh, it's been reloaded.
Yeah.
Okay. We got another shot coming in with a rocket launcher.
Well, rocket launcher. And
the lady by
Want
the
to
truck.
use any of your movement since
yeah, do you want to use some movement?
several of us are grouped up right here?
I'll let you use some
Yeah,
movement.
I'm going to try to get behind these rocks and hide.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I hate to do this to you every single time, Zach, but you are always right in the heart of it. You are literally in the best spot for this fucking shot. Like, I'm literally shooting it right down, basically
Me,
on
Zach?
top of you. Yeah, sorry, Zach Wilbur.
Huh.
Again,
I mean,
look at where
the
you're
two
at.
guys did crowd around me. I agree.
Yeah. So
I
there-
saw this coming when you said somebody had a grenade launcher. It's just now it's a cooler gun
Well,
doing it.
hold on. Zach F is here though, so it could
Yeah.
mean that nothing happens to you. I need
It
everybody.
is better when he's here.
I need everybody who is in the zone to go ahead and make in the zone. Let me draw it out for you. Sorry, bad me.
Everyone but Leo. Get him.
Center here. 1, 2. No, that's not right. It would be
A 3x3 or 4x4?
5x5.
Damn.
Oh, come on! I was one
Oh.
square off.
Sorry, bud.
I thought I was getting behind
That is
rocks,
just rotten
and it
luck.
was
I thought you
not-
made
yeah,
it.
Okay.
Me too.
So he sets the DV that you need to make by making the attack roll. It comes in with a built-in targeting scope, and he is keying it onto the kind of back area of the vehicle in that kind of zone. So he's not getting a +3 because he's not attacking the vehicle, which he normally would with this weapon. But he will get the +1 for the targeting scope. And it is a smart rocket, so I'm going to make the first attack roll. If anybody evades it, I will then make a re-roll with the smart rocket. So,
Jeez.
I got a
Well,
total.
then how does that work if it's a rocket
explosion?
aimed
Yeah.
centered on me?
Yeah, no, I know, I understand.
The explosion tries twice.
It breaks up like the anime ones. How
Smart
it breaks up
rocket
into a bunch of
doesn't
smaller
work
aura.
No,
here.
no, 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 no. I have it, and I'm gonna make it work for you, and you're gonna actually enjoy
Yeah.
it. So, what I
You're gonna
said,
enjoy being blown to pieces.
it is targeting everybody.
I
in the
guarantee it.
I'll respect it.
If anybody misses it, or if anybody causes the miss, I'm going to then roll a reroll. So let's make sure I've got the pattern. There's the spot. Okay. Everybody inside, go ahead and make an evasion roll. The DV is 19. I rolled really well. Because you're behind the
No
rock,
squints.
from
Damn
its
it.
detonation point,
I'm
Squints,
gonna use.
you're gonna take
2 luck.
10 less damage from whatever I say.
Okay.
2 luck on the
Pretty
evasion roll.
Yep. That's a 19.
19 is a miss because you needed a 20 to beat the. No, you're setting the defense. I needed to beat a 19. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Right?
yeah, correct. You will dodge. Okay.
Ah.
So
Fuck.
where would you like to move in response to that? Okay. I am now going to make the improved smart ammunition reroll, so plus 14. And if I beat a 19, the patterning of it will move so that it will cover grip. And I'll just move the square over to where grip is at. Like by 2, I think. So that said, no, fuck no, I got a 16. So it is going to stay locked in where it is and hit where it's hitting. Okay. damage. The trauma team guys will
Catch the missile.
succeed at their evasion rolls. And I already used the improved smart ammunition reroll. So they will dart away. Oh no, actually, sorry. This guy right here will take the shot. He is taking the shot intentionally. Okay. Damage. 9d6.
96.
Oh no! So I'm taking 86.
No. An average.
Got it.
Nine
As
dice
was agreed.
9 dice 6. Sorry. The damage total is 32. So
36s.
it will ablate armor twice, but it doesn't have any special armor defeating stuff. So your armor will count as full. And then, like I said, Squints, because of the rocks in the way, you're going to take 10 less.
Okay, so 22 for me.
This trauma team guy,
Armor.
as he's kind of like moving very quickly in that motion to kind of move out of there, you see him stop, move his feet, brace, and kind of push himself against the door and kind of walk in to protect the patient. Takes the shot and kind of like slams into the side of the trauma team AV and then kind of hits the ground with kind of like a spill. There's just smoke rising off of him, and you can see a couple of his armor panels are still on the ground. It does kind of look like he's breathing, but you're not sure if that's breathing or just like a nervous response to that much trauma.
I am seriously wounded again.
Leo,
What is seriously wounded?
half your hit points.
Half my health.
Same.
Did you want to have any of the other people interact from the
Yeah, so
Nomad?
great point. I believe I have one more guy here. He is going to run. Yeah, he's gonna run, very fast. It looks like he's kind of leaving a trail of blood across the sand, from where he got shot by the smart ammunition. And for you, Leo, you actually see that there's like a strange kind of bip over there. Like you can tell in your virtuality that he is currently marked by the smart guns. That's why they were able to kind of shoot around stuff and kind of hit him. So like they could just put their gun up in the air and shoot, and the bullets will go to him.
What happened to that guy in the explosion with the
He
rocket?
doesn't have a head.
He's already dead. I forgot to.
Oh, he's dead. That's it.
Okay, so hold on. For flavor, he's been standing there the whole time with no head, and it's just been blood shooting out like a fucking anime. And then the explosion hits, and he gets like launched, and it's head over heels, like spinning like a cartwheel. And there's just blood shooting out of the next thumb.
What about there's two more nomads, by the way.
Yeah, those are the Rocketeers. And then, oh, sorry, the ARs, right. They would be shooting... Yeah, they would be
Like,
shooting...
they have jetpacks on?
No.
Oh, okay.
They would be shooting. Bang, 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 guns.
You just
You
said
called
they
them
were
Rocketeers.
The guys who are in the rocks. Sorry.
They have jetpacks. Sorry.
I get you. You're right. I'm dumb and shouldn't have said Rocketeers. I just meant the guys who are in the rocks. They're going to shoot up at Leo, but to no avail. They're basically throwing down suppressing fire. Actually, suppressing fire will still work, but I'll give you a bonus because you're in full cover already. But actually, no, you're already in full
They
cover.
already prone?
You have to stay in cover.
Do I have to, or do I do concentration?
Concentration to see if you have to stay in cover.
What's that under again?
Awareness.
Awareness, I think.
Yep. DV is... yeah, you're fine. You do not have... They're shooting up at you. You know they have no angle. Sorry. So, just real quick, Leo, go ahead and do what you're doing. No, I'm going to tell my story. So, my wife has a whole shit ton of pillows on the bed, right? So when I come to bed, I grab all the pillows and I shove them down next to my bedside table. And then there's this like little extra blanket that's like just there for being cute. And I throw that onto the bedside table and pat it down. And this creates this little like palace. And my one cat, Mittens, who doesn't like being attacked by the other cats in the night, I put her in the palace and she sleeps there all night. My wife just sent me a picture of Naylan in that spot because he's like sleeping in her little palace and he's snoring. Oh,
That's so cute.
So cute.
Meow 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 meow.
All right, I'll scoot up just a little bit to be back in range of both of those guys. I'll just rejack into the same one since I left the 50 range, and then I'll just do the same thing for both of them. The first one.
You already jacked into those two. You're just you're doing it again. Yep, that works. And the next one.
Yeah, that's
Okay. 3d6 for the first one. And 3d6 for the second one. Okay. So the first one's
and then I'll shimmy back.
The first one's still alive, but seriously wounded at this point. And then the other one dies. His scream kind of rails out from the outside. You can see his head kind of like glowing and his eyes kind of glowing in his sockets. And his scream sounds like this very weird like blend of him screaming and also like all of the mechanics inside of the Neuralink like grinding. So it's like this really haunting digital scream.
And then for last action, I want to just jack into this dude, see if he's still alive.
Okay. Which, the guy who hit the ground?
Yeah, the one that like breaks in the door.
Okay, so the second that you jack in, roll an interface. DV, I believe, is 13 to be undetected, so you're detected. Okay, so what you would notice is that he is alive, but he also has self eyes.
Okay, that's fine. I wasn't gonna do anything. I just want to see if you're still alive.
Okay.
That's it for my turn. I scoot back to safety.
Real quick, I'll let you as a free action since you were just doing a pop-in. Do you want to get out of that network before, there's problems? Or do you stay in? Okay. Kincaid. You're muted, buddy. Sorry.
My fault.
No worries.
Injured guy here.
Mm-hmm.
Is he like down? Is he
So you would
prone?
you would get a beat. He's laying on the ground. You'd get a beat from Leo. I think that guy's alive still, and then you know he's not dead. Is that fair, Daniel?
Yeah, that's fine. It's good. Good.
Seems reasonable. I'll grab him and drag him to the front side of the AV.
Okay.
To Hirish.
All right.
And hunker down for cover with them, if that's
Gotcha.
allowed.
Absolutely. So during the last turn, the guy with the front of the thing was loading the big machine gun that he got out. So you're coming around just as he's like chambering the first round. Looks like it's a box ammunition with like a belt, and so he had to take it.
All yours, champ.
Kincaid, that's it. Your action wouldn't be moving him though. You can go ahead and, if you want to, kind of like first aid or paramedic or whatever. You can try and kind of like stabilize him.
I'll attempt a first aid on that guy.
Kind of help him in some way.
I guess, yeah, I'll attempt it.
Okay.
What is it? Control? Technique.
First aid.
Bow.
So,
14.
As you're pulling him over, you kind of grab at his arms and kind of do like a under armpit kind of like drag, right, at first. And when you do that, you hear him go, "Oh!" And you realize like when you're pulling the arm, it seems like it's a bit broken, fractured on the upper portion. And his pauldron and everything's kind of removed from there. So instead, you kind of like get underneath and kind of grab him by the waist and start like kind of slinking back. And when you get to the ground, you kind of look at his arm and realize it needs to be set. And you kind of do so very quickly and kind of bandage it and use like remnants of the pauldron to kind of create a bit of a, splint is it called?
Brace? Splint, yeah.
Yeah. And so you kind of set his broken arm to right so he can now use his arm again.
Neat.
Grip.
Go get him, Haas.
Yeah. So Grip is gonna run to like here and attack this guy.
Yeah. How do you do it?
So it's a rate of fire 2. I am also going to.
Well, just tell me how you
Attack
punched this
this
guy
one?
first.
It's part of it,
Okay, go.
and I want to see if I get it off. Nope. Oh wait, what? Why did it roll zeros?
You rolled a 2 on the dice. What is your melee weapon attack or bonus?
It's a Dex 9, melee weapon 6, so 15. So it would have been
17
a
total.
17 to attack.
And because it's a melee weapon, I do get to dodge even though it is range throw. That's gonna miss. So that'll hit. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Describe it.
So Grip runs up the full 6 meters, takes 1 foot off the hood of the car, drops down, punches down on top of the head of the guy, just crushing his skull, and using that momentum, hops up in the air, flings the boomerang at the next one.
It's worse than that, because when you punch in the head and you feel it connect with the top of his skull plate, you actually realize that the skull plate seems to be like armored, or something metal's kind of holding it together, making it more substantial. So it doesn't just splatter under the weight; it actually drives the whole skull down into his chest cavity. As you kind of punch his head turtle style into his body, he kind of just slumps off of your fist in this gross mess, and then the Ranger Combat Boomerang gets chucked over at the other guy, or the lady with the rocket launcher, hits her kind of on the side of the hip, and kind of flutters back to you. It doesn't look like it killed her, but it definitely caused her to draw her attention to you, and when she kind of comes up and looks at you, you see she's holding that rocket launcher and pointing it straight at you. Do you want to move some more? Or you gotta move?
I've 2 move left.
Show me where you're going.
I can keep going across the hood of this car and back here for some cover.
Yeah. You kind of like stop like on the hood of the car using that guy as kind of like a bracing point to turn around, and then the boomerang kind of catches back into your hand as you kind of you have to choose to catch it without an action if you have a hand free, which you did. Yeah.
It's at the beginning of my next turn.
Got it. So
it lays down next to there, and then at the beginning of my next turn, I hold a hand up and into my hand it goes.
Got it. So it's actually going to land where you threw it, right?
Yes, so it'll kind of land like over here.
Okay. Gripta?
How did you move partitioned like that? Like it showed your movement.
When you grab your token and hold onto it with a left click, press right click and then right click where you want to go, and then press right click and right click where you want to go while still holding the left click, then let go of left click and it'll show us your move. It'll also show you your move before you release, showing you the trail you're going to go on.
Oh, well, it didn't do that.
Hold it with the left click and pick up the token. Then move to where you want to go, and then right click, right click,
You
right
don't
click.
see the animation yourself usually.
You
but,
do initially, yeah. You'll see a little.
Neat.
So
This is
left
the
click,
third
hold
time
it.
I've taught this group specifically.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Holding
you never
left.
have to, sir.
Well,
Holding left
never
click. You're
had to
basically
do it.
right click pinging all the other spots.
yeah. You can also
Alright,
press
I'll run
Q instead of right click.
That's how I usually do it.
And I'm shooting at the woman that just got hit with the rocket, or a guy hit with the boomer. The rocket launcher. Well, fuck.
Okay. The bullet misses. It slams into it. I'm actually going to give you 2 options here, though. 2 funny options. It could be a raw dog miss, no problem, and it hits the rock and causes it to fall over and down onto the truck, causing a bit of an issue for their rockets. Or I will say that miss causes a mishap that will be hilarious. Do you want it to do the first or the second?
The rockets. We want the rockets.
What's it going to be?
The first.
Okay, so you'd see the rocks kind of smash down onto the truck, and it seems that whatever was in the truck is destroyed. Doesn't blow up, just destroyed. Alright, Gonzo done. It'll go to them. The guy with the big machine gun kind of rushes out to about here, braces, pulls the trigger. The guy that was running away and who's made it this far, you just watch as a spray of bullets just slam into his back, and just a obliterate him. Gonzo, he's like running kind of past you. You kind of look at him, then look at the rocket launcher and fire. You'd see this guy get hit in the leg. His leg flies off in front of him. He gets hit in the arm. It splinters it into like a million bone fragments. It's slamming into his chest and back, and he's just parts flying onto the ground in a splatter.
Nice.
Squints. The real quick, the SS-56 Tsunami Arms Silent Storm is what it's called. It's a suppressed weapon. So Squints, as you're sitting next to him and he's shooting it, it's just... It's not like a massive gun shooting.
It's funny because your mic cut out when you were making
it
the
was
noises,
like...
so it was really silent.
Yeah.
So.
You hear a T sound. That's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's loud. It's like a real suppressor sound. It's not like silenced.
Since I'm seriously wounded,
Mm-hmm.
what would me trying to do first aid on myself to try to kind of...
You can't mitigate the seriously wounded part unless you have cyberware or drugs.
Let's just make nice with these doctors.
Yeah. So but with seriously wounded, does my
-2
movement
to
get
all
halved
your
or
rolls. That's it.
-2?
To all rolls.
So
No, not your move. Your move's fine.
4,
I gotta blow your leg off or something for you to start
6,
losing movement.
7. Okay, and then I'm gonna try to shoot the lady.
Okay.
Since everyone else is, and it's far away, so I'm gonna miss, but we'll give it a go.
All right. I believe your distance here, you're looking for... We're at 20 meters, so you need... 20, so 21 will hit. So the first one will hit. 12 damage. Plus the... Yeah, that'll kill her. She drops.
Jeez, guys, I gotta do everything around here.
She has like a boomerang in her hip.
That it from you?
Yeah.
And she also got shot at. Okay, so the guy who remains will pick up the rocket launcher, and he's going to make an attack roll. Now, because I think it would be funny for me to just roll it and hit Squint's dead-on shot, because that's who he's aiming at. You're the last person he saw, and you shot the person who is his friend. It's the only attack he's going to make here. Before I get to rolling it, as much fun as I think it would be to roll it behind the screen, I'm going to ask you instead to do me a favor, Jody.
Okay,
Roll
got
a
it.
D10.
Oh, that sucks.
Roll another D10.
I rolled 10.
Nice,
Roll
dude.
another D10. Okay.
Rolled a 1.
So it's going to be a total of 16. Go ahead and make an evasion roll. He does not have heavy weapons trained. He was the loader. So go ahead and make a evasion roll. DV is 16.
Okay. So that is not body.
Do you want to spend any luck?
Fighting.
Yeah, I'm
Fighting
gonna
evasion.
spend 2 luck.
Okay.
So 2 luck.
He has a reflex
and
coprocessor, Dan, to answer your question.
18, 19, 20.
Okay. So
Fuck yeah.
the rocket comes flying at you. You kind of see it. Do you rush towards him or away from him when the round comes in? I'll draw it for you, and then you can tell me where you move. Where do you go?
And I get
anywhere
a move.
outside of that square.
I am going to go towards him.
Okay.
How many squares do I get?
As much as you want, as long as you're outside of that box.
I mean, there has to be my
You have to be
movement is basically what I get.
You just need to be one.
You can
square
end outside
that
of the box.
Okay.
Yep.
There we go.
It is not a movement situation. It is a I am evading situation. Okay. It has an
Smart rocket.
inbound targeting scope and computer. So I'm going to roll again, and by I'm going to roll
Thanks, buddy.
again, Chody, you're going to roll again. Go ahead and roll a d10. You're adding 14 this time, but just roll the d10 and we'll do the math after.
8.
Plus 14 is it higher than 20? I'm bad at math.
Yes.
22.
Okay, so then the rocket will still hit you as it tracks down and hits you from behind.
Does he not get? Oh yeah, you guess he already did.
Smart ammunition, yeah. It's fun times.
Same dodge.
Fun times. So it's going to be a total of 23 points of exploding damage. But in that, I did roll. Why didn't it? Let me check something here.
Boy.
Okay. Weird. Oh, yeah, weird. So it will cause a critical injury, but it's 23 points of damage. Go ahead and roll me 2d6, Jody. And you take 23. What's your armor at?
I believe it's it went down last time. I started at 11.
Okay.
And then you said it did
Should be at
22
9.
points of damage to me.
Yeah. So 23 points of damage minus 11 will be. Oh, you already took damage.
Yeah, I'm at 18 right now.
So you got
Did
hit.
you subtract the damage you
got
took
hit?
from
You got
your
hit by
armor?
the first rocket. So the first rocket
Uh-huh.
would have dealt 2 to your armor. So you're at a 9. So this time it's going to be 23. 9 minus 23 is a number, or 23 minus 9 is a number.
It's 14.
14.
You take 14 damage.
But did you subtract your armor from the damage on the first
I
one?
did not. I just took 22 damage last time.
Okay, the first one it was 32, except it was 22 for you. You would have taken 11 damage off of that.
Okay, then
You should be up 11. So you should be at 29 hit points.
Then your armor
And your-
went down 2 because
armor
it ablated twice from the first rocket.
And now
Okay,
you're
and then
taking 14, and that's not being reduced by your armor. We already did the math. So you're going to be at 15 total hit points, and your armor will be at a 7.
and that's all armor, or is that just my jacket
Body. And
body? Okay.
And now you rolled 2d6 and you rolled 2 1s, right?
Yes.
Okay, Chody. You've already rolled 2 1s on one of these critical injury rolls. You already have played this game. I want you to tell me, is it your robot arm or your meat arm? You get to choose.
Oh, oh.
I'm gonna say my meat arm.
Yeah, it's gone. It's completely
Good
fucking
answer.
gone. You have a base death save penalty of +1, and you no longer have a right arm. Were you using your gun in your meat arm or your robot hand?
Robot hand, because it was so I could use the smart stuff.
Yeah, as your panic reflects to taking the damage and your arm being blown off in the explosion, you kind of grip tight with your cyber arm, and you just feel all sense and feeling from your right hand just evaporate. But it feels like you're reaching out into the cosmos with this explosion. The pain, the sensation of pain, feels like you're feeling everything all at once, and you can see your meat arm splattered all over the ground. I don't mean to keep blowing his fucking arms off. I'm sorry.
Was
On
that-
the plus side, he
That's
doesn't
not
have
the
any
one with
blood.
my shield in it, though.
No, right.
Right?
Yeah, the robot arm's the robot
So it's-
arm. You had a meat arm and
Got
a
it.
robot arm. I blew off the meat arm. You no longer have meat arms.
Cool.
Leo, you are up. It's just the one guy, and he's
I'll
panicked.
shoot him.
What you'll notice is as you're getting ready to shoot him, it looks like there's a problem in the Tektronica rocket launcher's cylinder. Those things have a 10-round magazine, drum magazine that they utilize, and it seems that it's not cycling into the next one.
That's fine. I'll shoot him.
Okay. You sure you don't want to hack into the rocket launcher?
He's out of range. That's more than 50.
Fine. That'll hit.
Feels 20.
He will take 16. Okay. Kincaid. You are not aware of Squint's situation. It's kind of on the other side of the AV. You just help this guy. Are you coming back around the thing, or are you staying with the trauma team on this side?
I feel like Kincaid's kind of doing the math in his head, and he recalls there being a couple of handy people going towards the situation, and realizing the head count on whatever enemy forces we were against.
Looks pretty
So
low.
he's going to stick around and see if he can't help get the pilot out of the cockpit.
Okay. Go ahead and make me
Just
another
sort of yank that
first aid roll.
windshield off or whatever.
Well, you can go inside.
Another first aid?
Yeah, you can go inside the AV
Oh, okay.
and just get to him.
Sure.
They weren't protecting.
14 again.
But real quick, they weren't protecting him because he's not the client. They didn't care about the pilot.
That's fair.
You go in and start checking on him.
I'm gonna.
He's unconscious. It looks like he has suffered a what's it where you are? It's bad and you hit your head. Concussion.
Concussion?
Yeah.
It popped in my head.
Sounds like you had a
TBI.
It looks like
What's
he had
it
a
when
concussion.
it's bad and you hit your head?
That one.
Need a
You
t-shirt
can definitely
for
pull
that.
him out though. That won't be a problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'll peek around the interior. I see you said there's a client and yet another one of these guys.
No. There's a total of 4 of the guys. Or no, there's
could've sworn you said
You're
5.
You're right. The one who's wounded inside of the actual space. Total of 4 and a pilot.
But he seems like okay.
Give me another first aid roll. I'll give you this one for free.
Sure.
DV's 9.
14 again. I don't know what.
Flatline. Flatline.
Oh, he's dead.
Dead. Yeah, it looks like he took a very solid shot to the chest.
Gross.
Grip. Again,
Boomerang comes back.
You're on. Yeah, it'll come back to you. And on the other side of the rock, you are unaware of Squints' situation.
Yep.
You did see an explosion over there though.
So first thing is back up on top of the rocks.
You see
Do
Squints.
I see anyone else
His arm's
alive?
completely gone. There's the one guy who's holding the rocket. It seems like he's having trouble cycling the next round.
Cool. Great. That was 2. So I can get to there.
Okay,
I'm gonna punch this bitch.
let's see it. That'll hit. He takes it. It doesn't look like it hurts very much. Armor would
That's
be
the second
3,
one.
half is 1. Damage would be 6. Okay. And then the second one will kill him. Yeah, you come over, it's just 2 solid body blows, and he kind of just falls, hits the ground. You can see that the clicking on the thing stops once he kind of lets it go. It seemed like it was trying to cycle because he was holding down the trigger. As a solo, you know that the cycling weapons from Tektronica don't cycle on trigger, they cycle on release and press. So he was trying to auto-fire a weapon that doesn't do that. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Fight to finish. Slow down the music a little bit. Let's wind down for the next 10 minutes. So I'm just going to go from person to person, and we're just going to explain what's happening in the aftermath. Now, Squints, I want to make sure we start with you.
I'm screaming.
Yeah, Squints is screaming out in agony. You are not bleeding out. I will say that is the case. The base death save penalty is an increase that basically is you are bleeding, but you're not losing any life. If you were
So
dying,
I need to put my death save to 5 now,
you
right?
don't need to worry about it because you're not dying. If you were dying, your death save would be increased by 1, which means that you would have a bigger chance of dying. Whenever you roll a death save, you have to get it underneath your body. If you have a bonus to it, an increase to it, it makes it easier for you to roll above that threshold. As we saw when Kincaid died, but then didn't die. I wish I'd rolled better on that rocket damage, but here we live.
Wish smart rockets didn't exist.
Well, you say that, but now you have a smart rocket launcher.
Do we?
There's one on the ground right there.
It better work and have
With
ammo.
8 rockets left.
7. Yeah. I'll explain why.
We could loot the trauma team members if we shoot them right now. Just saying.
I'll explain why that's the case in a second. So what you would note, Squints, as you're kind of like out in agony, the guy with the big weapon drops it on the ground and rushes out to you. It kind of does like a quick threat assess as he's moving up and pulling his sidearm. He looks at you and kind of grabs you and starts kind of like dragging you away. And he quickly holsters this pistol once he's assessed the situation and pulls out an air hypo and slams it into your neck. He says, "Don't worry, kid. You're fucking crazy." And he'll kind of like wander this way.
Still screaming.
Yeah. The next is there anything that you want to do though, Squints? Even though I'm kind of stealing.
Buddy, I can't do anything.
My
I am-
arm's gone.
I am okay.
Just looking at his
High
stuff.
five.
Okay, next on the docket, I'll go with Leo. What are you doing?
Not what I want to do. I'll just hang out.
Okay. Gonzo, you're kind of on the far side. You see the trauma team guy come over and start trying to patch up Squints. You can see that Grip just punched a hole through the guy. The Tektronica is laying on the ground. The Uragon, I mean, and the rocks that kind of spilled over and slammed into the truck. Something inside of the truck got broken.
Check out the truck.
Okay. So inside what you would see, it looks like there was one more kind of magazine for the rockets. It looks like a big rock slammed down on it. It didn't detonate them, but it did destroy the rockets and the magazine. You'd also see that it looks like there was a very powerful, like old style sniper rifle, not too dissimilar from the Grod that Grip is using, and it looks like it was also broken in half during the rock fall. The Tektronica Uragan is on the ground. If you want to pick that up instead of anything else, you can kind of like grab it and take a look at it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so it looks like it is a full on exactly what I posted in the link spot. I think I posted that. Did I? Am I imagining? No, I did. Okay. So it looks like that. You played Cyberpunk 2077. Remember the rocket launcher that Pan Am pulls out of the back of her fucking truck and then shoots the AV down with? That's this. Yeah. It's a T-40
nice.
Huracan. This one is not standard quality, however. It is poor quality. It looks like it's seen a lot of use. You'd also see that there is a 1 in 10 chance on a fumble that it causes a cycling error, which means it cannot be fired until that has been cleared. And that requires either interface or weapons tech to clear it.
It's a shame our techie got his arm blown the fuck off.
That did happen.
Might be able to work on it.
I'm yelling at the guy that the little med tech guy that I can't afford this. I can't afford this because I know how expensive they are.
He hit you with a speed heal. Gain a number of hit points equal to your body and your willpower. And yeah, you are saying, I can't afford this, I can't afford this. It doesn't seem like he is listening to you. And he's basically kind of like doing pattern talking into his radio. Kincaid, when you kind of come around to kind of pulling the pilot out. Sorry, I was so close to getting that actually done.
I didn't expect a token.
I'll get it eventually, but don't worry about it. We'll just forget it for now. You pull him out. He has suffered a concussion. You kind of set him whatever. Dan will tell us what the proper procedure for that would be. And if you don't think your character would know it, it does look like the two med techs that are out there kind of get to work on that. The guy who got his arm kind of beaten up and his pauldron kind of blown the fuck up, he's kind of up and at him, and he's kind of helping, but he's kind of favoring his left hand instead of his right.
Okay. I'd let them know it looks like their fifth man is dead in the back of the AV. And I guess I'd ask what's like standard procedure for them is are they expecting another AV to come?
When you say that and are kind of
for
saying
them,
that, you're cut off by Chody start screaming. And you see Squints come around the way, gets set down next to the AV, and you can see that the guy who's brought him around reaches into the AV, pulls out a bag, drops down, and starts working on Squints. And Squints is between the screaming, says, "I can't afford this! I can't afford this!" And you would see that the guy whose arm's broken, he kind of looks at Kincaid and says, "On us. We'll get you patched up and get you out of here. We're not expecting evac anytime soon, but we will eventually get it. We have to stay here for the client. You helped out here, and we appreciate it. I'm not going to ask you to do anything else if you don't have time to stay. But if you do, I can guarantee the corporation will favor you handsomely."
Put in a word with the boss. Can't promise we've got time to kill, but I'll give you a few minutes to gather up your own. You mind if we have a look at the opposition?
Take a gander. It's all yours.
Hinting they're going to scavenge.
Take a gander. It's all yours. That's not our business.
Come around the corner with the rocket launcher.
I knew somebody would pick up that rocket launcher.
Before you kind of head over that way, Grip, you kind of see Gonzo pick up the rocket launcher, kind of take a look at it. You're kind of looking at it as well, I presume. Fight.
fight?
No,
Are we fighting?
I don't know. The loot battle.
Hear the combat music.
Yeah, sorry, hold on. God, if I have the Valentino's
Once
fight music
Squids
on
calms
deck.
down, I do want to check out that fridge situation. I guess I'll let those two duke it out.
While you're doing that, I'm just gonna walk back to the van. I'm off the battle map.
I mean, if he's fighting me for the rocket launcher, I'd just fucking drop it. I don't care.
Well, no, drop
But
it.
I would take it. I'd take it to the AV.
Sure.
I mean, if there's
no.
he has a rocket launcher on him, doesn't he?
I'm not trying to instigate a fight or anything, and I'm not trying. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying, like, have a conversation about the rocket launcher, role play a little bit. That's what I'm asking. I'm not asking for anything else. Jesus Christ.
Oh. Well, I was role playing. I took it over. I was taking it.
Yeah, but Grip was standing right there. I want Grip to do something and interact. That's
Grip usually doesn't. I'm sorry. Like, Grip doesn't usually care about that kind of a thing. If it was a sniper, he would have grabbed Dan, like, looked him in the eyes and held out a hand.
That's a good point of order. So you kind of, like,
it's not a melee weapon. Like,
you look into the back of the vehicle, you would see a broken up sniper rifle. Do me a favor and make a weapons tech roll for me, Grip. And I didn't ask you, Dan, because I know your tech is like a fucking 2, so that's not your deal.
It's an 11.
Yeah,
it's
so
not great.
You look at it in the back half of it, it looks like it's kind of there, like it's kind of present, you know? But it's interesting to you, and the reason for that being the case is it looks as though it has a modification in it that doesn't look like it was completely destroyed in the process. And the modification in question, you aren't 100% sure what it is, but it definitely looks like it's possible that modification could be taken out of the remnants and installed in your ground.
Please take it to Squids while he's still screaming.
Hey, fix it.
Ask him to look at
I'm gonna
this.
grab the remnants of that.
Okay.
So I have it.
Yeah, just put broken sniper rifle in your gear, and we'll deal with that once
yes, sir.
Our armless tech is back on the mend. Okay, so with that being the case, you kind of come to the trauma team. If you do reach out to Delphi on Hollow, she'll say, yeah, we'll go ahead and set up, we'll try and set up down there. We'll see if we can't get the van over there in a long route. I'll have one of the boys over here drive it over. And if you want, you can set up a position and hold here for the next 2 hours so that the trauma team can get out, or you can just grab up your people and leave. And they're cool either way. I just need to
What do you guys
know
want to do?
what the decision is before we cut the game.
If
I'd be
Delphi's
asking-
cool with it, I think it might be nice to have a favor owed to us by
Yeah.
somebody like this.
Saying we protect.
What's more important, a favor from Trauma Team or from King Tao?
Why don't you ask yourself that question and how you feel about King Tao?
I hate them all.
Just staring off
But
logically into the
Nah, out of character. Leo is good with King Tao so that he can get his job back.
The
I
guys,
think we can still make it to our meetup at Fresno.
the trauma team guy said it would be worth it for you. He said if you stick around, they would pay you.
Got 50 grand on the line.
No, Delphi says you're fine. You're not doing the job until tomorrow or tonight, so you've got plenty of time. It's not even. I mean, like, it's not even noon yet.
We just
be
did
asking
a
him for
job. Let's
speed
get
build,
paid
too.
for it.
What was that, Gonzo?
I'd be asking for a speed hill too.
Oh yeah, they'll hit you with speed heals. I got them in the bag. If anybody wants a speed heal, you can take it now. It'll be your body plus your willpower in health back.
Absolutely.
You can only
I
do
did-
one, right?
You can only do one.
All right.
I didn't even think to
Thank you.
ask.
Yeah, and then what they appear to do with Squints, the dismembered arm has no quick fix. They would explain to you that you need to get to a hospital facility to have your arm replaced with either a cyber arm or a clone arm. These are the only options available to you.
And I say, yeah, I get it. I know the game.
And then he will hand you a
And you.
coupon.
Oh, buy one get one.
No. So he hands
So
you.
can I get an arm and a Mr.
he
Stud?
he
I'm just saying.
He hands you a coupon, And so what the coupon means is you know how there's like a possible delay if you don't have insurance for getting a scheduled appointment? That
Yeah.
delay will not be present. You can cut to the front of the line with the
Oh,
coupon.
that's so great. Front of the line. Yeah, I try to grab it with my arm that's not there, and then I get it with the other one.
And when you look at it, you'd see that it's for Fresno hospital facilities only.
Oh. Oh.
So you got to do
We're
it
going there.
while you're in Fresno.
Yeah, but aren't they like backwater?
Fresno kind of sucks. But okay, so with that, if you're waiting for a trauma team to kind of get out of here, I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and we will start next session with that kind of finalizing, and then we'll move into Fresno proper. Thanks for watching those that did, and we'll see you next week.